Good morning, everyone. So, welcome to week 3. Is everything all good? All sound and everything is good? So, can we start with your questions? You all have finished one very important assignment, assuming, and or at least you would be working on it. If not, you've been able to finish it as of now. So, there would be some questions from there. Any questions, anything you want to discuss from search? Because today we are going to move on to display network. Is Kumarisan in this batch? Kumarisan? Somebody called Kumarisan? I don't think so. No questions at all? Has everybody finished the assignment? Have you taken that campaign, the search campaign live, and um, you got some learnings from it? How is it going? Not yet, Disha. So, you, what is the obstacle? What about everybody else? All right, all right. Okay. So since people are still, I'm not sure if there are any questions. I'll start with the agenda. If you still have any questions, you can ask. So today we are going to discuss conversion tracking, and then we will move on to Google Display Network, where we will discuss the targeting in Display Network, the ad formats that are there. We will understand how to create that campaign. We will understand some variations of it as well, like nowadays there's a now nowadays not, but let's say a last couple of years or 1 year, one or last 1 or 2 years, we have a smart display campaign now. So that we'll study, and then we will discuss something known as remarketing, which is again a way of targeting here only, again another one of the ways of targeting, but we will discuss it separately, right? So that's the plan. Can we include characters in the ads like heading, description? Characters you can include, Anuradha, as long as they are applicable to that word you're writing or your brand. Okay, otherwise not. Right? So some, if your brand is at home, then you can write like that, and otherwise not. So not just to gain attention, they will not allow. But if it is, it has to be written in that. That's the way it is. Standard way a brand name or something is written. Then it's on. Yeah, you can. You can. Okay, sure, sure. So I'll go to any search campaign for now. And in fact, it holds true for any kind of campaign, whether it is a search campaign or a display campaign. You go to any campaign, you go to the ad groups there, right? Right. So if I am within this campaign, right, and I go within the ad group, then where I go is with the ad and the keyword bit. So right now they've taken me to the keyword bit. I can go to ads and extension here, right? from the left hand side. So when I'm exploring within this campaign now. So I'm within this campaign, I'm within this ad group, everything on the left hand side is about this, right? So if I'll go to ads and extensions here, then my ad will be my whatever ads I would have created here will be here, and then I will go and just say plus ad. So already the existing ad you will be able to see here, and then you can simply say plus ad here and then create an ad, right, Disha? And where can we see where are the clicks happening for the different keywords, where you can see where the click happen on the keyword section. So if I go to keywords, all my keywords will be here along with the data, right? So all my keywords along with the clicks, impressions, everything. So see, I'm within this campaign right now. Look at the top here. I'm within this campaign, I'm within this ad group. Whatever keywords will be here, I will be seeing all those keywords and the data. Yeah, perfect. Doubt in CPA, CPC, VCPM, CCPC. But what is the doubt? And where can we see where are the clicks happening? Okay, that's done. Ashish, what is the doubt? Bid strategies we discussed last time. So we discussed what is CPC and what is CPA, right? Uh, so if you can just precisely tell me VCPM. Achha, today we'll see that. Okay, it's about display network. We'll see it today. All right. So first of all, I'll go to conversion tracking, which is the process. Like I would have told you last time, that you have to tell AdWords that this is a conversion for me, otherwise AdWords cannot know, because conversion is not happening on the ad. Ad is happening on Google site, ad is delivered by Google, so Google can know that a click has happened. But when the person goes on to your website, that is not something that Google can know what happened beyond that, right? So there has to be a process where you give them some kind of permission on your website to allow them to access that, right? So first of all, this is just the definition of conversion: an action that is counted when someone interacts with your ad. Example, clicks a text ad or views a video, takes an action that's defined such as a purchase, call to your business, right? So we've already discussed the desired action on your website is a conversion, right? Now, how do you go and tell Google that what is a conversion for me? So there is a process of setting this up. There is a form that we will fill up. Once we fill up this form, there will be a tag, like a piece of code which will be generated, and that code will go on our website, right? Like the coding of our website. So you have to send it to your technical expert, and that person will have that, put the code up on the website, and that's when Google will be able to track all this data, right? That's when Google will be able to track this data. See, right now it says unverified. I'll show you in the account also. So this one says unverified. Once this conversion tracking has been set up, the code has been put in correctly at the right place, right? Then this will say verified, and then you can start getting conversion numbers everywhere in your account, right? So here, where you will go is this place, and you will go to conversions, right? So this conversions, then we will first of all fill up that form that I mentioned, where we are telling Google what is a conversion to me. Okay, that words is taking time as usual, so let's see for a minute. On which practices can our ads get disapproved? So your ad can get disapproved on things like, one, if there are lots of trademark policies, like, or basically lots of legal and ethical bits, right, where if your business is not falling into what can be advertised and all, if also you need to comply with all the laws of the country where you are advertising, right? So those are the other things. But if you have a regular business where, and you are the authentic business, right? No, you have to be the authentic business, right? And I don't know how the patent and all holds. So if they have patented it somewhere offline, if there is a patent somewhere offline and you are not allowed to use that, then yes, that can be a problem, Disha, right? So you have to be a genuine brand with the right to use that brand name, otherwise offline also. And then it is that you can go and advertise online. So that is one. So then beyond that, if you have like a, you have no such issues, you have a regular business, authentic business, all that, you have no such issues, then you have to take care of the editorial policies, right? Editorial policies, those things that we discussed last time, where you need to have last to last time I think we discussed that, yes, where you need to have interstitial capitalization, you do not try and gain attention. So all those things will be seen by Google. So on your ad copy, the way you've written it, plus things like, these things also can matter, that is your website working at that point or not, right? So if you're trying to take people to a particular website and that website is not working, which means that you submit that ad and you give a URL. Google checks that URL is not working, right? Maybe your website is under construction, or that moment that it's not working. So then also your ad can get disapproved. Anuradha, works? Disha? I think there's something wrong with AdWords. I don't know. Does it happen to everybody? Because my AdWords gets really sluggish. I mean, these days, because I think it's the new interface. Hannah, Disha, okay. Does it happen to others? Right? Very, very. Because I think they're doing a lot of update and all that, especially during the weekends, maybe. Okay. So I think we'll come back to this. Let us discuss the theory, and then hopefully this will be fine, so we can come back to this. Within this, there is a lot of issue. No, no, we are working on AdWords only. We will not be working on AdWords Express. AdWords Express is another product, sort of, which is a little curtailed version. It's targeted to get SMEs online faster, right? So you will not have all the features there. Right, let it take its time. So in the meanwhile, what we will do is we will go on to the theory about the Google Display Network. Then we can come back once it's working fine. Then we can come back. So one, we have discussed that conversions, when you set it up, there are two steps to it. Conversions, when you set it up, right, there are two steps. First will be that you will have a form fill up done, right, where you will define a conversion in your account, in your AdWords account. And then second will be that you will have that code or tag that you will implement on your website, and that is all, right? So once you've done these things, then you will be able to see all your conversions in your account. So beyond that, let's go to Google Display Network. We'll come back to the interface. So now on Google Display Network, right? So what is Google Display Network, first of all, right? So uh, let me ask from you guys, that have you been able to view and identify Google Display Network ads from the first week to now? Now have you been distinguishing those ads and seeing that yes, this is coming from Google? Remember, we discussed it in the first week that how they look like, right? On YouTube, yes, they are on YouTube. Anybody has a confusion on that, or all of us can identify that I mark? Remember that I mark that we saw, that you can just distinguish it from any other banner ads, right? And you know that this one's coming from, and where all have you seen it? On which device have you seen it? Or where exactly have you seen it? In the browser or app, or where have you seen it? So YouTube, I learned one. YouTube, somebody's seen it. Where else? You have seen it on different websites, and have you seen it on your mobile device? Yes, okay. And you've seen it within your apps. So it's everywhere, right? It's all across. It's everywhere. Your they are there across devices. They are on the browser. They are within the app. So they're everywhere. Now let us see if we can find one instance here right now. We can try one more website as well if this does not work. No ads yet. So then, guys, give me 1 minute, okay? I'll be back. All right. So you see this see this ad here at the top, this LinkedIn ad, right? If I go here, it says ads by Google. Can you see this ad? Even this one to the right hand side. This one says, sorry, this one says ads by Google. Do you see this ad? These two ads here, the top, this one, right? So these are ads by these ads like this you can create, you can have it on millions of websites like this. See, you can have on over 3 million partner websites now and mobile apps, right? Which is really really huge. So it's like you can have these ads on and get a reach which is more than 90% of the web, right? So there are some Google owned properties like Gmail, Blogger, YouTube, Google Finance, and then there are all these websites and all coming from the Google AdSense inventory, right? So where these websites have gone and partnered with Google, and as brands, as advertisers, we can go and choose which websites or which kind of websites, what topic, what theme, and there is audience targeting also, which we will look at now. So you can decide all that, and you can go and say that I want to show my ads on these places, right? So you can have text, image, video, rich media ads, right? So that is the Google Display Network. There's a video here, you can watch it later, but I think we've already understood, so there's no point going to it right now. See, videos watched by YouTube users, searches conducted by Google. So, it's not just search, right? People are spending time on YouTube, people are spending time on these browsers, different mobile apps. Now, how do you really reach them? You have to reach these people also, this time as well, when they are spending this time outside search. So, and the same audience, right? The same audience, that they are there, but you have to go and remind them, you have to go and reach them. So that is why this another option can be one that you can use to reach people in all these places. So YouTube, gaming, browsers, different mobile apps, everywhere, and tablets, of course. So mobile, tablets, computers, these are the three distinctions they make in devices. Okay, GDN reach is more than 90% of internet users. So on desktop, laptop, on tablets, on mobile, consumers are using multiple devices, and the great part is that this can also track people across devices. So if somebody comes in from a mobile device right now and then later goes and converts on the computer, so even then Google is going and tracking that conversion and understanding that the conversions happened because the ad was shown on the mobile device they had seen, and they had possibly clicked on that ad, and the next time they came in from the computer and they converted, right? So even that will be included in your conversions by default. Right now here there's one question: the CTR is generally lower on GDN compared to GSN. GDN, Google Display Network; GSN, Google Search Network. Why do you think CTRs are lower here? Search is what the consumer is looking for, exactly, because people are coming in with that intent to find something, which is something that they may be in that, they may be in that phase where they are looking to find something, but when they are on Google Display Network, they are not going there with that intent at that point in time, right? Maybe I'm looking to buy a particular product, but I may not be, thinking about it at this moment, and that is why it's not that way. It's like, it's somewhere it's a push and this is a kind of a pull, right? Search is pull, where what we call in marketing. So search is kind of a pull where people are only coming in, and that's when you are showing the ad. So that's the reason CTRs are higher. Having said that, GTN also gives you very very good results in terms of visibility. Remarketing gets you very very good results. But CTRs, if you compare these networks, so you can't compare these across that way, because CTRs are generally on a much higher level on search. And like you will see that On search we say that even two like let's say 2% is decent, but it's not 2% that you will get. You get 5%, 6%, 7%. You can easily get all these kind of CTRs also. While on display network, it's like even a 0.8% is considered pretty decent, right? You may get even lower. So and you really have to then see if it's right, if like remarketing giving you conversions and all, then it's fine. Otherwise, if CTR, if CTRs are going even lower than 0.8% and all, then you have to see that are people really showing interest in my ad, or it's not, it's not creating that kind of impact. um, this is something that may or may not be required. GSM is more broad, may or may not be required. No, so if you're saying display network, Rupam, so that is it gives you that, it provides you that platform for creating that visibility, that brand awareness. You can really create great image ads, those places that we saw, the second image that you saw on the right side. It's a big block of an ad, right? You can showcase so much there. And while people are scrolling down watching the news, you really can showcase so much there. If you're really engaging ad, it will really create that impact. So the other one, does ad performance on, this simple one is just to say that do you think your ad performance on Google Display Network will affect your ad performance on, or quality score, CPCs, or ad position on Google Search Network? No, right? So exactly. So because these networks are completely different, they work in different fashion, and they don't intermingle in that sense. So what you do on Google Search Network goes at a completely different place. What you go on, what your campaigns on Google Display Network are at a completely different place. I mean, something the viewer may or may not need. Yeah, not at that point in time. So even if I need to know about that kind of a product, maybe not in, I'm not right now, not in that frame of mind. Correct. So this, I think this you can ignore now, because it's just to say that there is a new AdWords interface which we are working on now. So we are only going on the new interface only for the keyword planner. We went to the older one. We might go there for display planner today. We have to go, but otherwise, what is happening is they have moved everything to the new interface, right? And some of these things also have actually already moved, so you don't have to worry about this. So as you can now work on the new interface only. They have moved most of the things, and the rest also will be done, I believe, in few weeks time or months time. So anyway, so display ad formats now. Where all, what kind of ad formats I have. One is this Gmail sponsored promotion. So has anybody noticed this ad on Gmail, where if you go on your whether you are on a mobile or on a desktop, excuse me, you go on the promotions tab, right? You go on the promotions tab, and at the top you will see one yellow rectangle. It says ad, and there is a line there of promotion like this: 6 months free delivery. And if you click on it, it opens up as a complete, almost like an email. You've seen this? So you can check it on your mobile, you can check it on your desktop. You go to the top of the promotions tab, right? So go on the promotions tab if you have it enabled. So there you will see at the top of it, there this ad comes up. So it's a short snippet of an ad. So this kind of an ad also you can go and create through AdWords, right? So you can have one line written here. If consumer clicks on it, then they see almost like an email. What this does is, like, you email marketing, by the way, is a great way of great way of digital marketing, right? Email marketing really works now. And but in case you do not have access to email IDs, or you do not have yes, and or if you don't, even if you have the email IDs of people, you don't have permission to email them as such. You are not supposed to like really email them that way. So then you can use something like this, and Gmail is the most commonly used email provider now. So you can use something like this, and you can still reach their inbox. And you will also have all the kind of display network targeting that we will see. So all that targeting, you can really choose about the consumer. You can choose a lot of things: age, gender, a lot of things you can choose. And then you can define that, let me show my ad to such consumers. It might be disabled in your settings. Okay, if you want to see one more, I'll show it in the account. In the account now, I'll show you the preview when we go and create this. Okay, so now these text ads, how is this going? Let me just see once. So your text ad, right? So sorry, that same place where we saw those LinkedIn ads, you might sometimes see that it's all text. The ad is all text. There's no image. All text is only written, but it is occupying that same banner space. Okay, so it is possible that uh, we'll also go and create one responsive ad, and it might just show up all text, right? And then there is image ad. Of course, you can have all these images. Then there is something called mobile display ad, right? Mobile display ad is just to say that same ads, but there are some sizes that are specifically for mobile. So in case, there are two ways you can create these ads. One, either you have a creative agency to create them for you, and they create all the different sizes and all, and you just come here and upload it on AdWords, right? Second is you do not have an agency and all, you create it yourself. So if you create it here, right, within AdWords, then it will create all the different sizes for you. But if you are, if you obviously, if you have an agency, they can make it more creative and all. So if they are creating things for you, then you need to ensure that you also are, one, you are including all the different sizes, right? There are lots of different sizes, we'll go and see that. And all these ad sizes you are including, plus it is important that you have all the mobile ad sizes. Otherwise, what will happen is, even if there is a space, your ad cannot show there because you've not added that size of an ad, right? So all these are different sizes that go on mobile. And this is the mobile leaderboard size. This one you would have seen very commonly. Okay. And then there are rich media ads where you can do a lot with your ads, where you can add animation and all that to your ad. I'll just give you one video that you can watch. Please watch this video, come back when you're done watching it. This video has no sound. Okay, so this is just a video without a sound, so don't worry if you see that it's on mute or something. Okay, so please watch this, let me know when you're done. Done, we'll just wait for everybody to finish. This has to be done by your creative team. Okay, this has to be done by the creative team, and all this is allowed, right? So all these animations, rich media ads are allowed within AdWords, so you can upload any rich media ads as well, provided your creative team has created them. So these can't be created within AdWords too. Okay. Yeah, I think some people are still watching, so I'll just wait. Okay, cool. So we'll start now. So then the other one, which is with the other kind of format that you can create here, is known as responsive display ad. Now this you will create within this account only. So here this kind of an ad can be created within the account, where what you will do is, no, screen should be visible. Is everybody else able to see the screen? Yes. Okay. So, responsive display ad is like when you do not have an agency. Like I said, when you do not have an agency to create, then you can go and create a responsive display ad here. What this will do is, here you will just upload a few, some lines of text, one image, a few images rather, a logo and all that, and then automatically Google will create this kind of an ad for you, which will go and have all text, or sometimes it will have text plus image. So it will really depend on what is the what is that space available, right? So in that space, so it will look at where is that space available, what is the size available where the ad has to be shown. So will all text look good there, will all text go there, or the text plus image is a better idea. So it will really look at that, and it will change your ad, right? It will change your ad to, so it will basically, it is known as responsive because it can automatically adjust its size, appearance and form to uh, to fit just about any available ad space, right? So all the, it will be again within those ad sizes only that we have mentioned, but within that ad size, where is that place, which exactly, which part of the website, how, what is, all text is better there, or image is better, or should a logo go, or should a logo not go. So all that it will automatically do for you, and you don't have to even create all the different sizes. So this is also a great way to go about, which will really optimize your ad all the time. So it will optimize your ad in real time. It will look at what is required, and it will show your ad accordingly. The other bit are video ads, right? So you have some video formats also. So I'll just explain to you what are the video formats that you have on AdWords. Okay, so the first one is called True View in Stream. Have all of us, of course, we have seen this one, because this is very, this is an old time one, right? So this one is that ad when you go to YouTube and you play a video, right? And before that video, this ad plays, which plays for, first it plays for 5 seconds. It says that you can skip it after 5 seconds, right? And then you can go on to watch the video, right? So that is called True View in Stream. So where you can skip that ad after 5 seconds, or you can watch the complete ad, and when the ad finishes, then your video will start, right? So that is one format that you can create from here, from within this account. The requirements are that, one, why will you create any sort of video campaign? One, because you have to have some videos to promote, right? So if you do not have any videos, then there is no point creating these ads. You should have some great videos that you want to showcase and you want to promote. You may be a brand, or you may be a, maybe you are a brand by yourself, maybe you're an artist, right? So it really doesn't matter, it's not just about a brand, but it's just about any video that you will promote will become an ad, right? Any video that you'll promote will become an ad. So you can create a True View in Stream ad, where you can show your video before somebody plays a video, right? So show your ad before somebody plays a video. People can skip it. If they skip it, fine. If they do not skip it, they can watch the whole ad, or they might, they might drop out in between also. So how the payment system works here is by cost per view basis. Okay, the payment system works by cost per view basis. Now the question is, what is a view? View means that if the user has watched your ad for 30 seconds, right? If when the ad is 30 seconds or longer, right? When the ad is 30 seconds or longer, then the user has watched it for 30 seconds, or the complete length of the ad, right? When it is shorter than 30 seconds. You got this? So if suppose your ad itself is 25 seconds long, then somebody watches it for complete 25 seconds, then it is a view. If they watch it for 20 seconds, then it won't be a view. So if your ad is 20 seconds long, somebody watches it for complete 20 seconds, it's a view. Is this clear to everybody? What is a view here? So this ad will work on cost per view basis, right? So whenever there is a view, there will be a payment involved. Typically, it falls between 1 to 6 rupees, right? Typically, so I cannot give you one number, but I'm just generally giving you one sort of an estimate. Now, so what does this mean? That if somebody does not, if somebody skips your ad, then how much do you have to pay? Somebody goes and skips your ad, what do you have to pay? Nothing, exactly. So that is what it is based on, that if people don't watch your ad, you won't have to pay anything. So it's fine, it's efficient in that manner, that if they are not interested in that point in time, they do not have to. uh, so if somebody skips your ad, I'm saying, because it has not become a view, Sanil, okay, then it has not become a view, so they don't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay for it, sorry, you don't have to pay for it because there has not been a view. Okay, the other one, there is also an ad called bumper ad, which you may have seen, that it goes for 6 seconds, right? Same place, right? Before a video, it goes for 6 seconds, and then there is no skip option, right? It goes for 6 seconds, there's no skip option, very short video, and then it finishes, and then your video starts, right? So those are known as bumper ads. Those also you can create from here. They will work on CPM basis. Okay, so they will work on cost per thousand impressions basis, because then there's no concept of view. It's just, it's just displaying within 6 seconds, it's over, and that's it. So every time it appears, you are liable to pay an amount. So that is CPM basis. Now obviously, you can understand the difference between the two. The first one, you have to get people's attention within that 5 seconds. The second one, your entire message has to go out within 6 seconds, right? Otherwise it's lost. So these two things. Now one more, there is called video discovery, where your ad can appear is as static images, right? So these are static images, just as images they will appear on YouTube, right? Where they will appear on two places. One, they will appear on YouTube search results, right? Sometimes you go to YouTube and you will see that you search on YouTube, at the top you will see one ad, it will say ad, and it will be just be, so it will not play on its own, right? It's search result, it will not play on its own, it's just an ad. If you play it, then it will play a video, right? So this is not that, it's not as popular as the in-stream one. This one is more for if you have a video which is like, some kind of a video where there is maybe even a longer video, maybe some kind of educational video, some kind of webinar, some kind of information for the user, anything like that, even a longer video that you want to just promote and build your brand like that, then you can put it in video discovery, where you can say that, let this video be promoted within YouTube. So one, it will be promoted on the search result, and second, it will be promoted on the right hand side, or in case of mobile, there's no right hand side, so it is below the video then. So on the top of related videos, right? Which means on the top of the recommendations that come in. Okay, so there it might show up, and then if somebody clicks on that, then a video can play. So it really depends, Anil. It might not show up right now, but yeah, so these are the two places. So it also depends on what is that content that you're searching on. So try search more towards something that, some more brand oriented kind of content, right? So where a brand would like to be, so that kind of a content. Okay, and on the top of related videos. So this one, TrueView Video Discovery, this one also works on cost per view basis, but here click to play, somebody goes and starts that video, is only called a view, right? That click to play is only itself is a view, because that interaction has happened from the user, so they have clicked to play that video, so that itself becomes a view, and you have to pay per view here as well. So these are two video formats. So I'll not be going and creating a video campaign as such, but I will be creating a display campaign, right? So I'll be creating a display campaign. And when you go and create this video campaign at your end, you can go and create. The process will be completely same, right? It's just that you will be promoting a particular video. The idea is that you ought to first upload your video on YouTube. Okay, you can't just upload it from your system. They will not allow. You have to promote a video that is already on YouTube. So you upload your video on YouTube, and then just give the link here, and then you will promote it just the way, you will create it just the way you create a display campaign. All the targeting and everything will be same. So right now, see, I'm going to display network campaign, run different kinds of ads across the web, right? I will just go to creating a campaign without a goal today, but see all these different goals you have: sales, leads, website traffic, product and brand consideration, and brand awareness and reach. Yes, please keep asking. So now it says, do you want to sometimes we don't. Yes. So one is that Disha. Sorry, I thought you got that. So one is that bumper ad one that I just said, and second, if you see some more formats. So yes, one more bit is here that not every ad you see on YouTube will be coming from adverts. Okay, so one very important point: not every ad will be coming from adverts, because YouTube has a lot of ads. A very popular ad that you would have seen, that is on the home page right at the top, launch ads, and very very important, very very sort of expensive property basically it is. And a lot of bigger brands, when they launch something, they take that up, so that is not available within adverts. So like that. So not every format will be available within adverts. These are some formats that are available here, right? So then beyond this, there is a YouTube sales team also. You can get in touch with them for some other formats, but they may work differently. They may with the formats that they have with them, they can have a minimum spend, right, which you cannot cancel also later on, and it won't be in your control. So you'll just buy it, and you'll say, okay, this will be my targeting and all that. You can't just go and pause it at any time. That way it works. Well, the ones that you have here are pretty popular formats anyway, and these ones will be like in your control. The way search campaigns have been in your control, this one also will be in your control. So the main ad on YouTube, what do you call the main ad matters, right? So if you mean that the ad on the top of the home page, no, that is not through AdWords. It's a fixed property. It has a fixed cost. Okay. Um, the ones that I spoke about, the in-stream ad, right? In-stream ad and the bumper ads are also very, very popular formats, by the way. And you will see that there is very good targeting here, right? So we'll see the targeting. I'll just take you through the targeting on display campaign, and that the same targeting applies to video campaign also. Okay, now it is asking me to enter my business's website. So I'll do that. And let's say continue. Now what it will do is, it will be able to go through my website, check the keywords on my website. It will also be able to scan my website for images. So for all these reasons it needs my website. Let us go through what are the targeting available here. So all these, when you create a display network campaign, you will go through the same process. You will create a campaign. Within a campaign, you will have ad group, right? And within ad group, now on search you had ads and keywords, right? That is what you had on search. Now here you will have, because here there are no keywords, you will have campaign, ad group, ads, and targeting. So every ad group level you have to choose a targeting. So now what will be that targeting that you will choose? How will I choose the targeting? Let's see what are the different kinds of targeting. So like in display, we can't identify ads that are through Google, so we can do that through Google on YouTube. Like in display, we can identify ads that are through Google, we can do. Yes, so basically, see, these formats that I told you, they come from adverts only, right? They are coming from adverts. Right, these formats that I told you, the skippable one, it is coming through adverts, right? Not they might have some non-skippable inventory with them, but the skippable one is coming through adverts. So these formats are with adverts only. So there's yeah, and plus if you see those the video discovery ones, you will identify them. It's not like they are also keeping the same format and they are keeping it on adverts also. It's not like that. So these review ones are within adverts only. If my website has a different product, I want to give the ad for a specific product, then also I need to give the website link. Yes, website link is for images and all, you will have to give. Yes. Okay, I'll just come to the keyword part also, then you will see what is that keyword part. So it's just that keyword bit, so you can always have your input your own keywords. Yes, Ashish, your website. Kindly explain the payment logic for bumper ads in TrueView. Sure, sure. So, payment logic for bumper ad, I said, Sanil, that it works on cost per thousand impression, right? What happens on bumper ad? It is not skippable. So every time there is an impression, right? You have to pay. You are liable to pay a certain amount. So it's cost per thousand impression. The same way as Google Display Network works. Google Display Network also works on CPM. So that same thing, bumper ads. Every time there is an impression, you will pay a money. While that TrueView one that I told you about, the in-stream one that I spoke about, that in-stream ad, there every time a view happens, you will pay. So that is cost per view basis. And definition of a view, I told you that if the ad is watched for 30 seconds, or if the ad is shorter than the complete length of that ad. So then only it's a view, which means that if somebody goes and skips your ad, you don't pay. Even if they're watching, but somewhere they close the browser after 15 seconds, 20 seconds, they close the browser, even then you will not pay. Only when a complete view happens, you will pay in that one. Now is it clear? See, obviously, because the logic is that there can't be a concept of a view in that 6-second ad, right? And plus when it's appearing, even if you close it, they will it's just a 6-second ad, right? So that is why they're charging you on impression basis there. Okay, Ashish, let me reach there. I'll show you why they asked for it. No, video discovery works on CPV basis. Okay, I said video discovery works on CPV basis, where view means click to play that video, right? Because video discovery means your ad, it is these are images, like on search there is an image and there is something written about that video, or you are watching a video, right, Sunil? You are watching a video, and on the right hand side you see those related videos, right? So they are not playing by themselves, right? So at the top of it you can see an ad, and it will say that it's ad. It will say ad, right? It will be an ad. It will say ad, and you can click and you can start watching that video also, right? So that will be within your related videos. So if you start watching that video, then it becomes a view. Okay, because some kind of involvement has been there from your end, so it becomes a view.
No, but Ruchi, for true video discovery, you said na, that those are static images and those are not videos.
No, no, they are static images as you see them, but when somebody clicks on them, they will go to a YouTube video page. Okay, so it is a video only that you are going to be promoting, but it is not going to play on its own like the in-stream or bumper ad only. Okay, that is what I meant.
Okay, done. Understood.
So there also you will be promoting a video, but it will show up like that, and somebody has to click on it to really start it. That's the difference. Okay, so now I'll give this campaign a name. Okay, before that I was discussing the targeting options. So now all these targeting options that we have, so we have multiple ways of targeting on Google Display Network. One is your contextual targeting, right? Contextual targeting means you can do it by keywords or through topics. So which means you can say that here you can decide that if I am advertising, let me check. Yeah, 11:30 is perfect, Ashish. 11:30 is when we usually take a break, unless there is a topic that we are finishing up and it takes 5 minutes extra or something. Yeah, 11:30 is good. Okay, so keyword and topic. Now, keyword and topic. So see, if you have, you when you are advertising on display network, so there are all these websites. How do you decide, right? So you can say that I want to advertise on websites which are talking about this. Okay, which where on not on websites, rather that on particular pages. So that page which is talking about this. So what is that content on that page? Based on that, I will show my ad. So suppose I am selling pet food, right? I'm selling pet food. Then I'll say that I'll want to show my ad on where the content is around pet food. So there are two ways I can go about it. One is called display keyword targeting. So this is not to do with search at all. And this is one reason they asked for your website. They asked to get some keywords, right? But it's okay. I mean, you can. This is not a huge list of keywords you have to input anyway. It's just a small list of keywords. But if they give you, I'll just show it on here. Okay, it'll take some time to read. So if you give a list of keywords, right? If you give a list of keywords, then what it will do is it will just see that where is this kind of theme, right? Which all web pages have this kind of theme, and they will show your content, show your ad on such content. They will show your ad on such content wherever wherever pages are mentioning this. The other way you can go about it, and I'll show it to you on the account also. The other way you can go about it is through topic. So all these topics have been classified by them. So what they have done is all these millions and millions of pages that they have already classified it into all the different topics. So I can just simply go and choose a topic and say that I want to show my ad on this topic, pet and animal, and within that, not entire pet and animal I want to choose. If I want, I can, but I'll say that no, within that I want to show my ad on animal products and services. So what will happen, that is all I'm choosing. Wherever there is content on Google Display Network, on all these websites and apps and everywhere on animal products and services, my ads will show there. Okay. When I choose this kind of targeting in a video campaign, the topic becomes about the video. Okay, remember the content is now a video. So when I choose topic in a video campaign, then if there is a video that is playing on animal products and service, when I create a video campaign, not a display campaign, but a video campaign, but the targeting is the same. So if I say animal products and services there, then my ad will show on videos that are talking about animal products and services. Okay, so that's how this targeting goes. Then of course you have this very predictable sort of targeting that everybody would look for, is that can I directly choose websites or apps or videos or video channels, right? Can I directly go and choose them and just show my ad on these places? So yes, I may have a list of 20 websites. I know that my consumers go there, so why not just choose them? So you can do that as well. So if they are available here on the network, right, you can simply just list them out and you can directly show your ads on them. This is known as placement. Okay, this is known as placement targeting. Then what else? So then there is demographic, right? Demographic is where you can go and define the age, gender, parental status, or household income of the users, right? So demographic targeting, you can define who are these people, right? What is the demographic detail of these people, you can define. Then there is audience targeting. In audience targeting, now this is very interesting. Okay, this is very interesting. You can not just because obviously theme of websites and the list of websites is very predictable, but here you can really define not just age and gender and all that, but what is this audience interested in? Okay, so who is my audience? Who do I want to show my ad to? So you can define what they are interested in through affinity audience and in market intent audience or in market audience. So here there are two types here. So affinity means people who have shown interest on something on a long term basis, right? So if somebody has been reading, so what Google does is, Google looks at our Google account settings. If you try and search, just go and search for Google account settings. If you've not gone there earlier, so if you just search, they'll give you the exact links. Google account settings. You go to Google account settings. There will be lots of ad settings and all interests and all that you can specify there. So they pick it up from there, and then also through all the browsing behavior of yours and mine and everybody's, right, we are put into different categories of audiences, right? So we can form part of, one of these affinity audience. So if somebody is looking, browsing a lot of articles on a long term, on a regular basis, somebody's reading up a lot on banking and finance, let's say. So then this person is been reading up a lot, watching a lot of videos, they have been seen everywhere on such content, um, watching a lot of videos on YouTube, reading a lot of articles, searching a lot on this, right? So then they will be put into the affinity audience for this. And as advertisers, we can go and target banking and finance audience, then such all these people might see my ad. Now, it does not matter then that which website they are seeing my ad on. It can be any website that they can see my ad on. Um, but they will see my ad when um, if because they are this audience. Okay, similarly there is intent audience is different from intent audience is different from your affinity audience. Intent or in market audience is a very very well defined category. It is just, these audiences are actively researching, actively browsing, actively researching a particular product category, right? A particular kind of product or product category they are researching, and that is why they will be put into in market audience. So it can be in market audience for apparel, it can be in market audience for electronics, right? Within electronics also it can be speakers in particular. So whatever that is, whatever it is that, if somebody goes in and, actively researching, why would somebody actively research? Actively research means a spike in the behavior, lots of searches happening, going and watching lots of videos. Yes, exactly. So it's your like real potential, target consumer, right? Buyer rather. So this is the potential buyer who's looking to buy in a very in like who could buy like very in the next next few days, or within this month, depending on your product. So they are already researching and they intend to buy. Now if you reach them, this is like a great, it's like a gold mine. If you do not have any more data at your end, you're just coming in here, you're advertising, and you can reach all these in market audiences for all these categories. You have them, so you can reach these people. The final one is remarketing, which we will see in more detail. If we have time today, we will see. Else, we can see part of it next week also. So remarketing is where we will go beyond affinity and intent. Affinity is something that Google knows. Intent is something that Google knows, right? We will go to when we go to remarketing. Yeah, remarketing is where we will see cookies bit Rupam. So in remarketing, what will happen is, if somebody has gone to our website earlier, right? Somebody has visited my website, or if somebody has visited my mobile app, right? Then I can show my ad to these people. So this is another way of targeting. Have you all, seen remarketing ads targeted at you, where you visited a website and then anywhere you're going, you're seeing ads from them, right? So that is remarketing. Very very effective way of advertising, great way of targeting. Yes, the e-commerce brands are very very visible because when they remarket, but you can do it even for branding purpose. You can even do it for brand aiding that brand recall. You can get, of course you can get great a lot of branding. You can get really good conversion rates here. The conversion rates are much higher because these people are, already your audience, or already your customers, or at least aware of you. While affinity and in-market are also a great way of targeting, these people are not necessarily aware of you, right? So this becomes even closer audience of yours. So all this kind of targeting we have, right? Now let's go and see it, right? How do we create this? And I hope it's all good now. So I give it a name. I say display June 3 for now, right? You can give it a name based on however you can identify it later easily. You tell the location, right? Where do you want to target? The same way we did it on search campaign. There is nothing new to it. Languages, same way as we had on search campaign. Now comes bid strategy, right? So what all bid strategies are available for us here, available to us here? Let's see. So now this is display network. The bid strategies are different. Some of them are common, some of them are missing here now, you see. So manual CPC is still there. So if I want to be on display network still for clicks, we know that CTRs are lesser, but let's say remarketing and all you're doing. So in that case, so if you're here only for clicks, right, then you can go by a manual CPC or maximize clicks still, right? If you are here for branding and awareness kind of thing, right? So if you're here for that, then you should go by viewable CPM, okay, which is also known as VCPM, right? VCPM. Why is it known as VCPM and not CPM? Because Google says that we will only charge you for impressions that are viewable, right? The idea is that if I am paying on impressions, right, I'm going to be paying on impressions here, cost per thousand impressions. Every time an ad appears, there is a payment involved into it. So when I want branding and visibility and all, this becomes a very cost effective way of going about it, and you get very good inventory. Like when I say good inventory, I mean you get good properties to places to advertise. On click based one, you may not get all the inventory, right? All the publishers may not agree to show ads on click based payment method, right? So CPM, you get a lot of inventory, but now you will say that I'm paying by impression, I want to ensure that my ad was at least visible. So what happens, it is possible that here um, I am here somewhere and there is an ad which is below here somewhere, right? So which is, and I have not scrolled down. Okay, below the fold it is called as. So I have not scrolled down, and that ad was counted because it was already generated on this page. So that ad was counted, and I have to pay for it. That is not what I want, right? So that is why there is the concept of viewability where the ad should be visible for visible on the screen, right, for at least 1 second, 50% of that, right? So like this, let's say half of this ad is visible on the screen for at least 1 second, right? So then it will be counted as viewable, and that is what Google will count. So we cannot get into this really, but Google will then count it, then it will be counted as a viewable impression, and it will be reported to you, and you will be charged on cost viewable impression, right? So it's VCPM, cost per thousand viewable impressions. So here, viewable CPM, maximize clicks, target CPA and target ROS are still here, although they are kind of really advanced for Google Display Network, where first of all you need to really get clicks and then only you can really go into things like these. But they are also strategies that are available here. Okay, so you can choose your bid strategy based on whatever objective you have. I'll show it to you, Anuradha, as we reach there. Okay, so then even then, if you have a problem, even if then you have a question, we'll discuss. But there are some ads which are at the bottom. So will the impression be considered? That is what. So then they will not be, they'll not be counted. They will not be charged. Right? That's the idea. That is what I said. So somebody did not scroll down. No, but if I scroll down, then they will be counted, Anuradha. If I scroll down and that ad is viewable, then it will be counted. You got it now? So it should be viewable to me as a user. It should be viewable to me for 1 second, at least half of that. Okay, that's the standard definition. 50% of the ad for 1 second. If it is viewable to me, then it will be counted as a viewable impression. No, here on Google, it's all VCPM. Right. So they're saying that we comply with viewability, with the concept of viewability. So only viewable impressions are what you will be charged for. How are the ad views counted in the formats we saw in the YouTube video? Um, how are the ad views counted in the formats we saw in the YouTube video? Same way. So if it, if they play for 30 seconds, Google will report to you how many views happened, how many impressions happened. Out of that, how many views happened. Google will report all that. Oh, okay. Those are um, those can go in a different kind where there your concept is not to show the ad as such. I mean, to get the people to click as such, but it's not view, it's an impression, right? It's more about getting people to engage with the ad. That's what you want, not necessarily click through, but getting people to engage with the ad. And yeah, so that's so what about views? It's just about impressions in that case, Rupam. Okay, it's just the impression, yeah. Okay, now see, now we are at the ad group level, right? So we have created the campaign level settings, the same campaign level settings applied. Now we are at the ad group level. At the ad group level, it is asking me that name this ad group. So I'll go and say, um, we didn't see those additional ones or what? Okay, we'll go there later on. So anyway, you're the same, the same ad scheduling and the same start date, end date of the campaign, the same things that apply to a search campaign apply to a display campaign as well. Now I'm going to ad group name and I'm going to say, let's say programs right now. Okay, and I will say I have to choose my targeting. So I have to choose my targeting and I have to create my ad. So let's see what are the targeting available. So see, this demographic is available. So I can go and say by default it's they are all age groups, gender, parental status, household income, they're all checked. If I want to uncheck something, now this is totally based on my brand. If my brand has a particular kind of audience that my brand targets, a particular age group it is made for, a particular gender it is targeting, or it is targeting parents, so I can choose all of that. So I can uncheck other things and I can go and do my demographic targeting. If you don't, whatever is checked, okay, whatever all is checked, you will get to see in results of each of them, that how did each of these demographic work for you. So you will get to see all these results. So Google has a lot of data they use for different things, and so here a lot of login data is used, right? But see, unknown is also a fairly large number here, right? So unless you are very particular, you can just leave it. So if you're like, if I'm a female centric brand, then I'll go and choose females here. But otherwise, remember that unknown is also a pretty big data. Unknown is a pretty big data everywhere. Okay, so if you see the estimates on the right hand side, if I go and uncheck this and see the estimates, unknown will be a very big data. So yeah, so not everywhere they know, that is what I mean. And then the audiences targeting. See, audiences targeting. Now you see it says affinity, in market, remarketing. Right. So as of now, we'll go to affinity and in market. So we go to affinity, and you can choose any audience here. So you can say that I want to show my ad to audiences that are interested, and look at this, all the different kinds of affinities that are mentioned, right? People who are interested in sports and fitness, and within that also I can go and choose more of sports or more of fitness. So rather than, I can go and select all of this, or I can select one of these also, rather than selecting all. So really you can distinguish things really, really well. Shoppers, value shoppers, luxury shoppers, all of these kind of things. So you can really define what kind of targeting you want. Now the question is, how many types of targeting should I choose, right? So I can go and say that in one ad group, right, I will choose one kind of targeting, right? In one ad group, I will choose one kind of targeting. In different ad groups, in different, so if I have to create different kinds of targeting, that I want one kind of audience targeting as well, I want another kind of topic targeting, then I should create separate ad groups. Okay, so I'll show that to you in display planner. So we will create separate ad groups for different things, right? So you will not combine all the different kinds of targeting. So possibly if I'm choosing one audience targeting, this ad group is done, and next ad group I will create for a topic targeting. Okay, so this is your affinity. Then let's see in market. It's here only. Right, so you see in market what they are actively researching or planning. So this one will be by products rather than by the kind of hobbies or all that. So if I go to in-market audience, it's all by products. Like this one I told you, consumer electronics. I can go and target people who are looking for consumer electronics, or say I can target people who are looking for a particular kind of, whichever. So I can really select that and say that I want to show my ads to these audience, and they have been recently seen to actively research. So which is great, right? So I can really go and choose my targeting like that. What else? So that's done. What else? I have some contextual targeting, so which is here. So I can go and choose my content targeting. So I can go and say, right, I can go and say plus content targeting, and I can choose keyword, topic, or placement. So keyword, recently they have added a few things also. So see, this keyword is one where they asked you your website for, so that they could understand what terms, so they could give you some suggestions, and here they will give me some suggestions based on my website. Right, so that point, Ashish, where I entered that website URL, that is actually optional, right? So you may, if you don't want to, you can just skip that also. It doesn't really matter at that point whether you enter your website details there or not. So here also you can come in and you can type that page, whichever page, whatever you want to type out, you type out and see if they give you all these suggestions here, right? So you can just replace this where this is written, and you can just check this, and then all these suggestions are coming to me on the right hand side. So I can simply choose any of these keywords, right? So I can choose these keywords. Now what are these keywords about? So these keywords, like I told you, it is about what is the content on that page, right? Terms related to your products or services to target relevant websites. So these are these form the content on those pages, right? So that is what I'm saying. Now these are not search, right? These are not search keywords. These are just defining the content on that page. Now they have recently added, there's something called this audience bit also here, right? So wherein I can also say that content, which means that show ads on pages that have these kind of content related to these keywords, or I can also combine audience in this and say you can try out, if this is something very very new. Really, they've really recently started this, and they've said that show ads to people likely to be interested in these keywords and also on this kind of content. So they're trying to combine these two things and see that uh, if this works. So and then your ad will show when the theme is right, and also it is that audience, right? So it is combining that within this. So you can try this out if this works for you. Otherwise, if you want to be on the content bit as such, topic is a great way of targeting, right? Topic is a great way of targeting because it's already very very well classified, so you don't have to create your own theme. The themes are all very well done already. How does Google tag content in video? So that is their end of the work, right, Sanil? So they have it all classified at their end. So all these are only partners, right? So they don't have to do it for every website. They have to do it for all the partner websites. They check the content, right? They check the content, and themes are already, and they have assigned all these websites, all the web pages to all these different themes. Look at all these themes, right? So all the different kinds of possibilities that you can think of, they are all here. And you can just choose the content. Now see here if we go to finance bit, so you can just say that, I want to target all the, all pages that relate to finance. Or you can say that, no, I don't want to get into everything because finance is really broad, so let me just get into banking. Or you say that, no, banking is also really broad, I may be just into retail banking or something, so I'll just say that, let me just target savings accounts. So wherever there is content around savings accounts, my ad can show up there. Okay, so that is
So
topic.
Ruchi, that's precise.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ruchi, that's precisely my question. That now, if I'm targeting savings account,
Hmm.
okay,
Hmm.
or people who are searching for savings related thing, so how does Google then shortlist the content that will get shown to me? What's the logic being used there?
Shortlist the content that will be shown to you. Nahi. The content, all the web pages, apps, and videos, and all that they have within the display network, they have already, you know, classified them into all these different topics. They are already classified, right? So now, when you will go
Okay.
as an advertiser
So
and say that,
is it, yeah, so is it as an advertiser, I need to then classify my content into some of these heads?
you just need to choose the head. Okay, choose this. You say that finance. So now finance, where all finance is, that is Google's job, right? So where all it is on Google Display Network, it knows it, and it will show your ads accordingly.
No, but this selection that I'm doing this for the content that I'm placing, or for uh, for basically my ad to get shown up in
On
places where this content is sitting.
yes, the second one. Okay, so
So
for
then that's my question. Then how does Google know that where all finance is sitting?
because they are part of their display partners, right? So they are display partners. They have, whenever they add those display partners and all, they classify everything. They classify and they keep. That's a continuous bit that they do at their end, right? And that's
Fair enough.
yeah, yeah.
ठीक है.
Huh.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks.
So then, yeah, so you can choose the kind of content your ad will show on. Here, the assumption is that if somebody is reading content, reading this kind of content, they will be interested in my ad. So while you're not targeting an audience directly, here the assumption is that if they're interested in this, they should be interested in my ad. Right. So like this, you can choose a topic. So let me just go and choose something so that I can proceed from here. Um, I will go and say jobs and education. And not whole of it maybe, so I'll just go and see what's where there within jobs and education. Right, I can choose whole of education, or I can go within that. By the way, if I go to, audience targeting, there is something called jobs, people looking for jobs in market audience also there is for jobs. So I can even go and target, people who are looking for marketing jobs. Just try it out if that works for me. So I can, try all this out and see if this works for me. So I can choose this kind of targeting, right? So that will be my targeting, and then next step will be to go and create the ad. So which we will do after the break. Let's just go and save this. Right, it's asking me a CPM bid, and it is asking me to create an ad for this particular ad group. Right, it is asking me either you upload ads or you create a responsive ad. So let's do this after the break. I'm just going to create the campaign for now. Sorry, I have to put in a budget. How is it skipping from one page to another by itself? Okay, anyway, so I'll just create this campaign here. How do we select bid? I'll show you a display planner tool, right? I'll show you the display planner tool after the break. So there you have some suggestion on range of bid, right? Not exact, but some range, like 0 to 50, 50 to 100, that kind of range you can get. So you can base it on that. Okay, any other questions here on this one? So guys, I'll take a break here. I think I'll go and save this. This is taking its own time. Let's take a break here. Let's come back at 11:50. Is that good for everybody? Then we will go and discuss, we'll go and discuss, this campaign is created, right? This campaign is created. When we come back, we will discuss how, we'll see this campaign. First of all, we will have a very very important part is remaining, which is the ad creation part, right? We'll see the ad creation part, then this campaign will be complete, and then we will see display planner, then we will see all the different variations, like what, how the Gmail campaign, the smart display campaign, all that we will see. Okay, so let's meet at 11:50 then. Thank you. Hi guys, are we back? So Anuradha, household income in percentage. So how do we determine under what head will our audience come? See, you have to go into this only if you are a very, if you are a brand like this, which is targeting a certain income segment, right? Otherwise, household income is pretty new into this, right? Very, very new. They used to have age, gender, and parental status. Household income is very new. The data is also very new. A lot of data will be derived on it. So you go for it when you have a particular brand who's looking into a particular income group only then, right? And then you can the top that percentage is are all the different segments, what this percent to this percent, top 1%, or below that, or like that. So you can determine in case you want to go there. We guys see this this campaign is all ready, right? I want to you to see these estimates on the right hand side before I go and save this campaign, because I just went to the display planner, and now they are clearly saying that we have not moved the display planner to the new adverts because we don't consider it any longer the best practice. Okay, we do not consider it any longer to be the best practice, so we do not want to move the display planner to the new adverts. So you should go by all these estimates that come in when you create the campaign. So like when I chose a particular targeting, it is telling me these are the total, this is the available reach, right? This is the available reach, and based on the budget that I put in 2000 rupees as my budget, and my bid as 50 rupees. Based on that, it is telling me that based on my bid, it is telling me this is your average vcpm, and these many impressions you can expect on that budget as a weekly estimate. So this is what you ought to go by now. So as you change your targeting, all these estimates on the right hand side will change, right? So I'll go and say create campaign on this one, right? So it says your campaign has been created, right? And it's not running because you need to create an ad, of course. So we'll say continue to campaign. And now this campaign is created with this ad group, right? These are my all my this is my these are my ad groups. Whatever ad group, if I want to create one more ad group, I will say plus ad group. Here I will create one more ad group, ads and extensions of this campaign, landing pages. Now all the targeting that I have used, right? All the targeting that I've used, they are all here. So if I now want to go to demographics, since Anuradha wants to see this one, so if I go to demographics, we will be able to see what all demographics are available, right? And if I go to campaign settings, I will be able to see all my campaign settings that I chose when I created this campaign. So including the daily budget, the timings, all that. So if anything I want to change there, I can always go there and change it. Still the same. So, okay. Any other questions here so far? Although we have not created the ad, we have to go and create that ad as well. Is this how AdWords is working at your end today? Okay, see here. Finally, household income is here. So see, top 10%, yeah, top 10%, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, lower 50%, that's what you have, Anuradha. See? So if you're targeting a luxury, in case if you're advertising for a luxury brand or a more value shopping, so if you want to go here, but having said that, household income do not, I'm not too sure how well done this is right now because it's very, very new. Yesterday, what? Yesterday it was working. Yeah, yesterday it was working fine. Yeah, Sunday. Okay. Anyway, so we go to campaign settings now. See, these are all the campaign settings we choose when we create the campaign. So we've given it a name, it's enabled right now, location, languages, bidding strategy, my daily budget is here, and then I have my additional settings, right? So additional settings will involve my start date, end date, ad rotation, the same things that we had on search. Devices here are a little different, right? Devices here means that I can also, unlike search, I can be very, very specific and I can really choose my devices. See this, I can really choose my devices. So I can say that, whether I want my ad on mobile app or not. I can very, very particular. App interstitial is that, which takes the one that takes up the entire screen on mobile, the mobile browser, right? Tablet app, interstitial, tablet web, interstitial, sorry, tablet web. So you can really choose. You can even choose by operating systems, you can choose by networks, by device models, right? So all these are available. So you really can choose in case suppose you want to show on particular kind of devices, particular brands and all, you want just your ads on the luxury phones and all. So you can really go into that also on display network. Frequency capping is the other one that's different here, where you can say that I want to keep a limit on the number of times my ad shows to the same user. Okay, why? Because if I keep showing my ad to the same user again and again, then it'll be like I'm seeing that ad again and again, and there's no point, right? So I'm going to as an advertiser, I'm going to be spending my money by impressions, right? So if showing that same user my ad again, I'm going to be paying for it, and it's not a much use beyond a point in time. So based on what is the duration of your campaign, so if your campaign is 1 month long at least, then you can set by per week or per month, right? If your campaign is shorter than that, then you can set your frequency by per day or per week, and keep a restriction how many times my user will see the ad. So let's say I keep it to 3 times per month for this campaign, right? You can also keep it at ad group levels. You say that, okay, if they see thrice for an ad group, then they can see 3 more ads from another ad group. Okay, or if you keep it at ad level, so if they see thrice, they see one ad, they might again then thrice see another ad. So it really depends on you, where you think you are very distinctive and you think that if they've seen this, that is another category completely, so I can show them an ad for another category, which is all right. Okay, so that you can decide. So but you should keep a cap, you should keep a frequency cap, and don't just keep it unlimited, because then it will be unnecessary spend of money, and your objective will anyway be fulfilled. So if I want somebody to see my ad, they would have seen it by the time I show them this ad thrice. Okay, then location options and all we have discussed. Content exclusion is the other one here that you need to see. That, remember, it is all the whole world wide web. So options with this icon will no longer be available starting in early 2000. You change your selections. Okay, so okay, that is okay. So anyway, so here this is one place that you must go to for your display network ads, right? And you should see that which are the places you surely don't want your ads to show, right? And you should figure this out, and you should just opt out of them. So whatever you check here, you are opting out of that content, right? So you should opt out of content that you don't want your ads to show on, and save it. What is the logic of defining different ad groups in GDN? The logic is mostly to separate your targeting. So if you have different kinds of targeting, right? So today I want to target by an audience, right? And then I show them a particular ad. Okay, so if I'm targeting this audience, I want to show them an ad which is about, what they will be interested in. If I'm targeting a particular topic, then I will create an ad accordingly. And because there are so many different ways of targeting, you might want to use more than one. You'll not be just happy with choosing one topic. You might want to also target one audience that way. Sanil. Okay, so these are all your campaign settings. Now, is it clear, Sanil? So now let's go to ad groups. Okay, so you can basically, what you can do is you can create. So this time I chose topic targeting. I can create another ad group, and this time I might choose an audience targeting. Right, that is what I can in an ad group. Can I you So what happens is you can, like if it is demographic, let's say, if I'm targeting only females, then obviously I have to include demographic targeting plus something else, right? That is all good. But what happens if I combine too many types of targeting together in the same ad group, my ad will show to an intersection of that. Okay, and that makes it narrow, and that makes it even more expensive, right? That is why the practice is to keep them separate in separate ad groups. Yeah. So now I will go to this ad group which has a targeting, but it does not have an ad right now, right? So I need to create an ad. So I go within this, or I could have created, at the time of campaign creation as well. I skipped it at that time, but I need to go back here and I need to create this ad, because without an ad, any campaign can't go live, right? So now I will say plus ad. Acha, why there are extensions here? Because location and call extensions are still available on Google Display Network. So if somebody has a specific requirement for location and call extensions, they can create. So now, see here, there are two options. Either I can upload my display ads, right? So if I go and say upload ads, then I have to upload it from my system. No extensions are necessary, like we had discussed earlier. Extensions, only the ones that are relevant to you, only add those. Otherwise, don't add them. And call extensions, obviously you will add only if you have a phone number where you want people to call up or something. Otherwise, it's not something you should add only. It says that you need to add it, however in my website it is not required. No. Why will we say call out extensions, Disha? Maybe we said call out extensions. Call out extensions are different from call extensions, right? Call out where you are telling some highlights, some USPs, some unique selling propositions about your business. Okay, so that is different. That every business will have. You will also have, any business will have some highlights here. So now see here, if I have to upload my ad, I can simply come here and choose the files to upload and upload my ad, right? It says, this is the final URL. You have to provide the final URL, and here the supported sizes and formats are given, right? So you can check all the sizes are given, that which sizes and all you can upload, what will be the image format, HTML5 formats, right? Maximum file size, right? And all these different sizes, they're all mentioned. So you can upload if your creative team is building for you, so you can go and do this here. If not, right, if that's not the case, if I have to create it right here, then what I will do is I will have to then go by the responsive ad option. So I'll say plus, and I will go and create a responsive ad. Okay, I'll say plus responsive ad. I have to here provide my website link. So here what that website, if I provide the website link, what it will do is it will scan my website, get a lot of images out of it. I can still upload some images myself as well, and then we'll go from there. So we'll say says plus images, right? You can either add your images or let them get also something. So you say plus images, right? And I will enter my website URL here. Which size option works best to start working on? There is no one size, but you know that you can use the leaderboard like that 728 by 90, 250, 300 by 250 or 250 by 250 type of sizes. So those are like the usual sizes that are prominent sizes used by most advertisers, right? So you can use those. Then the skyscraper one you can use, right? So those you can use. Leaderboard, skyscraper, that square image. That's it. Okay. But Anuradha, if you are the best practice, if you are creating yourself, create all sizes, because you don't know what size will be available where. And even if on your chosen theme, your chosen website, or your chosen audience, the ad can show, your ad will not show because that size of ad you have not uploaded. Right, so now it will go and scan. So it's scanning this and it's come back to me with some images and logos, right? So which I can pick up from. And then if I want, I can also upload my image, or take up some stock images. So the idea is that you would have some images, if even if you do not have an ad, you would have some images on your website, so you can just use them, right? So I will use this one, and I'll say okay, use this one as the landscape one that they want. Square, this one doesn't fit really. Say continue, right? And they need a logo, right? So which this one's fine, and I'll say this is a logo, my 1:1 logo. You can also upload a 4:1 logo, right? You can upload a 4:1 logo, both they require. And then they need a square image. So I don't have a square image here right now for this, for the demo purpose right now. I'll take up this one, but you can upload a better square image at your end. And then okay, use this as square image, and then say continue, right? So this, all these images are done. I'll say save. Should we create the same content across the sizes and we upload also? Anuradha, actually that is where the creative work comes in. So because when a creative person will be doing it, so they will know, on where is that blank space looking not good. If in this size, you can have that same content, but what will happen is that some place there will be more white space. So they will then see that no, this image is not looking good, so maybe they should have another image there and all that. So that's the work of the creative team. So if you do not have a creative team as such, best to go with this responsive ad option. Yeah, and then it will anyway create all sizes for you as well, plus it will do the responsive work, right? So it's a very good one to use. And this question will, they will know. Yeah. Okay, so now you need to write a headline, right? So I'll say and now you'll see that on the right hand side all these previews are appearing, right? And you will also see that they are sometimes you will see all image, sometimes you will see some text there, sometimes you will be seeing some logo is there, sometimes the just the just an arrow is there. So it's really are just many versions, and they can just take up anything at any point in time, whatever they think will suit that particular format, that particular space best, and that particular size best, right? So that is a very very good option to go by. And here I can give my final URL. Remember, final URL can be a specific. Suppose I have a URL like this here on my website. So I will send people to a specific URL now. So that is my final URL. Now see my display network previews. Okay. And then if I scroll down further, I can just save it. Okay. But I want to see the previews. So this is on mobile and this is on desktop. Voice issue for anybody else? Oh, okay, clear now. Okay, fine. So see this, all your different ad sizes. This 160 by 600 is that skyscraper one that I was talking about, and this 300 by 250. This is the other one. Somebody was asking this, right? So 160 by 600, 300 by 250, 728 by 90. They're very commonly used everywhere. And these are the ones they are showing you right now, but there are many more ad sizes. Okay, so they're not showing all the formats right now here. It says previews are examples and don't include all possible formats, right? And what else? You can also see Gmail, right? So Gmail, how will it look like? It will be your closed ad will be like this and your opened ad will be like this. So see, this is the closed ad, right? See this, this is how it looks like, just like an email, you know. So this is how, and if you click on it, it opens like a complete email, right? Visit site. So that's how it is on Gmail. Then uh, there is this is all desktop, right? So then mobile it will look like this, right? You've seen this all the time. Okay, this is how it will look like on mobile. And YouTube. Yes, final URL is your landing page. So you will specify the exact page you want them to go when they click on your ad. And this is your this is how your YouTube couple of previews, YouTube watch page and home page. So see this one, or the watch page one was here. In fact, the video discovery is also like this. Okay, video discovery also shows up like this only. Right, so that's your these are all the different ways your ads can show. And then you can go and save it. Is this clear? Is this all good? How can we know which websites can host which ad sizes? Actually, the display planner, they used to show it, Rupam. Now they are saying that, you know, it's not the best practice. So you know, anyway, at your end, at advertisers end, what you should do is you should have all the sizes. Okay, that is the best practice. You should have all the sizes. When you're creating ads, create them in all sizes. It doesn't make much of a it doesn't take much of an effort from the creative to, once they have created it, to, you know, to make them in all sizes. So make them in all sizes. And as of now, if you're not using the display planner, then I don't see any place, Rupam, that will show that. Okay, because they have not moved the display planner to the new interface and they don't plan to. So we say save. So you will see, right? You will see on every targeting that you use, you will be able to see your results. And ads, when you upload all the different sizes you upload, you will be able to see your results everywhere. Okay, so this ad that I've uploaded, this is one responsive ad. But if I have different sizes and all, then I will have uploaded all of them and I will see my results on each of those. Okay, so this is the ad one. So this is the responsive ad. Here you can see your results everywhere. So my keywords, similarly, if I'm doing a display keyword targeting, I will see my result on each of the display keyword. Here, since I had chosen topics, let's go to topics and see that. So here, if I've chosen topics, then if I go to topics, then I will be able to see my result on each topic that I've chosen, all these results will come in. And if I want to modify, video stuck for anybody else or just Disha? Is it all good, guys? Good, na? Disha, please check at your end. It's all fine. Okay, anybody else? Just Disha and Rupa? Because if just two people are facing it, then I think it might be at there. No, na? Anuradha sometimes. Okay. Let me know if it happens. Okay. If it happens, then let me know. It seems to be all good from here. But if it happens, let me know. Okay, then similarly, if I want to now add any more topics, I can still go here. It's not like that whatever I've chosen, I have to keep with that. So I can see this button is still here. I can simply pause it from here, right? I can simply pause it from here. I can go to this place and I can again, I'll reach the same place where I was choosing all my targeting. So I can go and reach and choose my topics. When I go to placements, right? Again, I can choose whatever placements I want, right? Whatever placements, and then I'll see where my ads appeared, where ads showed. I will say plus, right? I will say plus placement, add placement, right? And now if I have to choose placements, right? So since now there is no display planner, what you can do is you can simply use the same option that used to be there, which says search by word, phrase, URL or video ID, right? So if there are any URLs that you are looking for, you can simply search by them, or you can search by any word. So let's say education. If I search by education, it will give me a whole list of websites, right? Let's say, if um, which are related, right? And like this you can go and really see. Or if you have a list of websites, right? Because placement, when you have a list of websites already, so see here, now it's giving me like this. So education, if I search for, it's giving me website 725, YouTube channels 1K plus, right? So they have completely kind of moved that display planner here now. YouTube videos, so many. So let me go to websites, right? So see, now they are giving me all these websites, and they are giving me on every website, they're giving me impressions per week, right? Which may seem a little difficult, actually, honestly speaking, if you just search like this by a word. What you can do is, if you are choosing placements, mostly you will be choosing because you already know that, these are my websites, these are the top websites. And plus this one will help. The bit that they are at least giving you the impressions per week will help you understand that what is the kind of traffic on that website, right? What is the kind of traffic on that website? So that is something that you can use. So similarly, YouTube channel, apps, right? So they're giving me so many different suggestions, right? That I can go on. And if I have a list already, I can, which I have, I have seen that it's all there on the display network. I searched here, it's all fine. I can simply come here and say enter multiple placements. I can copy paste my entire list here. Okay, this is the place I can copy paste my entire list and save it. Right, and then you will be able to see your results on each placement here, results on every topic, result on every demography, result on every audience, right? Every affinity audience, in market audience, and remarketing audience. And then campaign settings are here. Let me go back. See here, I'm right now, I'm on a particular ad group. That's why what is showing on the left hand side is different. So now I go on the campaign level, I go to settings, right? Sorry, I go to settings. That same thing that I showed you guys last time, location, ad scheduling, devices, that was there on the search campaigns. The same bit is there on the display network also. So you can see by location, by every ad schedule, by every device, what is the result, and if you want to make any bid adjustments. Okay, so that is all about this campaign. Any questions anybody has? I will very briefly take you through display planner. I'll just show what it looked like, so you'll get some idea. But having said that, they're clearly mentioning now that it's not what they suggest as a best practice. So this is what we used to do. We used to just come in here and enter a few words like this. Okay. um, let's say, and we would get the the entire list of websites. But um, since it's coming from them and they're saying that it's not the best way, now vCPM bidding, right? So I could just choose whether vCPM bidding or CPC bidding, and I could just say get ad group ideas or get placement ideas. So let's say if I say get ad group ideas, it would come to back to me with all these different ad groups. Okay, but this will help you understand how the structure will look like. So that's why let's see it. So see, now it is saying, guys, are you with me? Is everything all good, working fine and all good now? Do you see the screen here? Yeah. Okay. So see the screen. This will give you an idea at least into the structure, right? So it's saying that, so suppose I am selling all these products, right? And I say that I want to know what ad groups should I create. So see, it is suggesting me that why don't you create an ad group targeting topic smartphone, right? So now what this display planner really used to make things easy by really culling out the relevant topic for me, culling out the relevant audience for me. It used to give me a list of websites also, but anyway, so now you have to really check from there and figure it out. So topics smartphones, right? So it's saying that why don't you create an ad group and target the topic smartphones through it, which will have all these stats also they had, like the website traffic related stat, right? Cookies and impressions and viewable impressions per week on each of them. No, sorry, not website, this was on topic. So on this topic, in market audience for mobile phones, so it's saying why don't you create an ad group targeting in market audience for mobile phones, so that is within consumer electronics one only. And then all this data, why don't you create an affinity audience, create an ad group targeting affinity audience for mobile enthusiasts, or then all these different types of ad groups they're suggesting, right? And then I would just like keyword planner, I could just choose my ad groups, and then I can add it to the plan, and then I can figure out what is happening. So which we can do right now, but it's again with discretion. So now ad group ideas, see placement wise also they are suggesting so many things. So if I go to individual targeting ideas, they would suggest me here all these different um, but now the same thing is they are suggesting in a different way there, right? So here they used to suggest me in individual targeting ideas. In placements they are saying all placements, they are saying 116 websites, no mobile apps, 84 videos, like this they were suggesting, right? So if I go to site, they used to tell me that which sizes are available, right? Here I can see that, suppose this gsmarena.com, so I could see that these are the web sizes that are available. Okay, and how relevant is this? What is the historical vCPM, like this, right? And I could add it. So I'll go back to ad group ideas now, and so like this, if I could go to all ad groups then, and it's very much like the keyword planner, the same way it is working, right? So I go and say add this to the right hand side, I go and add this to the right hand side, and affinity audience mobile enthusiasts, suppose I go and add this to the right hand side, like very good ways of targeting, I would believe, for this segment. So if I can target people who are looking for mobile phones, or if I can target mobile enthusiasts, affinity audience, by the way, affinity audience, where affinity, so we've already discussed where in market audience works. In market audience works where these people are potential buyers, while affinity audience works really for brands, for products where you require, where the user will require repeat purchases, right? So if somebody will require repeat purchases of something, like let's say every month you need to buy, or every 3 months you need to buy, then you want to, as an advertiser, affinity audiences really work, because these are the people who will mostly you just need to create that brand recall with them, and they will be the ones who will pick up your brand every 3 months or so. So that's how affinity audience really works. So affinity audience works in for these kind of brands, and in market works really when a product requires a lot of consideration to buy, maybe because of the involvement, emotional involvement there, or because of the price involved there, right? So it requires a lot of research, and also people come in research a lot. That's when you can, if your product is like this, you use an in market audience, it will really work. But for this one, I would say both of these will work, because a lot of people change their mobiles, right? and mobile enthusiasts are the ones who will do it. In market audiences, mobile phones is great. And then I could, set my frequency here, and I could, uh, so I could just say 3 per month, let's say, per campaign, and I will keep it like this. And then I could just say, then it is telling me a weekly forecast, what is the kind of availability on that, and then I could just, base it on my own budget and figure out that if I put in a certain budget, then what are the number of estimates that I can expect. So let's say if my budget is, let's say, 5,000, my CPM bid around 40, right? And it would come back to me with a display plan, complete display plan, like this. Guys, you seeing this? Right, so this will give you an idea into how to plan it out, or how this whole campaign looks like. So, this is how a whole campaign for mobile phones could look like. Is this clear to everybody? Right, and maybe you will have one more ad group called placement, right? And in which you can just select a few, you can select few websites that you want, and maybe you can try that as well. And then, of course, it will be about how things are working for you. So you can go and beyond that, you can optimize things accordingly. Okay. So back, so this is our display campaign. This has been created. We know all the settings, we know all the targeting, we know that there is a display planner, but now the display planner has been weaved into this. So everywhere, whenever I'm creating the campaign, that time only, whenever whatever placement or whatever I'm choosing as my targeting, it will give me the estimate on the right hand side and will tell me that this is the possibility, right? So all that you can go totally by this estimate that you get. Now, there is one more type of a campaign here. Guys, any questions so far, or is it all good, all clear to everybody? So I'll go to smart display campaign, right? There's one more type of campaign that's come up. I'll just go to the slides for it. See here, smart display campaigns. What they mean is they started in April 2017. It's been more than a year now. So it started in April 2017. Now, what they have done is they have added some bit of machine learning, right? They're just like, it's just starting right now. There can be much more coming in. So they've added some bit of machine learning, and then they say that, if you try this out, you can get this kind of impact, right? Advertisers have seen average 20% increase in conversions at the same CPA. So what is happening here is a lot of things here are automated. Okay, so your campaign creation process will be simpler, and you don't have to choose any targeting, right? You don't have to choose any targeting at all. It's a very, very simple campaign to create. Okay, so it's here. So it's not there on my, this account, because you need to have some history, right? You need to have some history before you can create a smart display campaign, right? Smart display campaign, see, it says fully optimize and automate your bidding, targeting, and ads, right? What what it requires, right? What it requires is that you have to have at least 50 conversions on display network before you can use a smart display campaign, right? So suppose I've been running standard display campaigns, and I've started getting conversions on that, right? I've got at least 50 conversions, then it is that I can go and create a smart display campaign. Because again, uh, is it back? I think there was a momentary bit thing, something. Is it all good now? No? Guys, can you please confirm so I'll proceed? It's fine, right? Thank you. So, smart display campaign. Once you have been running standard display campaigns, and if you have 50 conversions, right? If you have 50 conversions in the last 30 days, or it can be that you have been on search campaigns only. So on search campaigns, if you have got 100 conversions in the last 30 days, then they will allow you to create a smart display campaign in which you don't even have to bother about all this targeting, right? You really don't have to even decide that. You don't not decide that, not optimize that. All that AdWords is going to do, right? So why? Because this machine learning, it's what they are doing is, they will understand that which kind for your product, or for your kind of advertising, what kind of targeting works best, right? I'll just go and say continue from here, and say they will see what kind of targeting works best, and then they will accordingly show your ad on that kind of targeting. So suppose this kind of targeting, they know from their statistics, that this kind of targeting works best. So let's say education and jobs, this works best. And then they see that, let's say that they see that, okay, people who are looking for training and certification, or topics where there are topics in training and certification, these people look for, um, these people really convert for this kind of a product. But they can also see that, people who are looking for sales and marketing jobs, right, while they're not looking for training and certification, machine learning can go and see that, okay, so people who are looking for sales and marketing jobs also convert. And then they see something, even something further to that, which we can't really identify, but machines can identify. And they can see that, okay, people who are looking for this also very often go and convert for, this kind of certification. So why not show ad there as well? So, so the different kinds of topics, audiences, all that, they will see that all that completely by themselves, and they will show your ad on all that. Okay, I'll show this to you and close this. Acha, by the way, where I went to in the display planner, for the display planner, I switched to the previous AdWords. Okay, I switched to the previous AdWords, and then I went there. You can't go from here. For display planner, if you want to see it, okay, you have to click on this, and you have to go to return to previous AdWords. And then once you return to the previous AdWords, you go here and you go to tools, right? Go to tools, and then you go to display planner. Okay, so it's not present in the new AdWords. How to choose bid value? You informed that we will check that in display planner. No, so display planner, correct, Disha. So display planner, now they're saying you should not be using that. So when I entered, 50, right? Remember that when I entered 50, when I was creating that campaign, they came back and said that 19, your average CPM should come out to be about 19, which is the, so that is how they will just suggest you when you enter that bid value. On the right hand side, you will remember that I showed you on the right hand side. So the right hand side, they will suggest you what is the typical bid amount, and what are the estimates you can expect. So see, not random number. Yeah, so as of now, there is no one number that, they're saying that historical CPMs nobody's giving, but you have to enter a number to really see the estimate. Yes. Okay, so there is no one place like display planner where they're saying historical CPM has been this, but if once you enter a number, then they will show you. So you can go, somewhere around, let's say 50 to 100, or let's say 30 to 50, somewhere around that range you can write in, and then see what they suggest you. How do we go to a previous display planner? Can you show me? Yeah, sure. So you can go here, this return to previous AdWords. Okay, it's not here anywhere. So you go to return to previous AdWords. When you return to previous AdWords, there they will show you these five sections at the top. So you have to go to tools. When you go to tools, you will find display planner there. Right. So then, and yeah, Disha, it did tell me 19, right? After that, post that, it did tell me 19. So now see, look at this smart display campaign. Very, very simple campaign to create, because now there's no targeting and all also involved here, but will require history, right? You can't just start with it. So then I will say, let's say STC June 3, right? And I can say location India, languages, my bid strategy, what do I want to focus on, right? That I can choose here. So either that way where I say what I want to focus on, or I can select a bid strategy directly. and say that this will be my bid strategy, the same bid strategies, right? So I can go and say target CPA or target ROAS. Okay, so either I go and say conversions, right? I want conversions, or whether I want conversion value, right? So what is it that I'm looking for? So then it will tell me that you can, if conversion value is what you're looking for, you can go by target ROAS, or if I say that I am looking for conversions, right? Then it's saying that you can go for this one, maximize conversions, right? And then I put in a bid amount. Okay, let me start this again, and just let me see if I do not enter any goal, which is what I had done. So new campaign, right? I go to display network campaign. I say create a campaign without a goal. Smart display campaign. This is optional whether you enter this or not, and say continue. Right? So this is it. Okay, and then you go here and you say so here essentially the idea is that you are here, as an advanced, when you've tried out a lot of things, you've already got so many conversions, like I said, the conversion history is required. So you can say that I have, I already have 50 conversions on display network, or 100 conversions in the last 30 days on search network. Now I want to improve upon it, right? Now I want to improve upon it, and that is why you are here. So your goal will be either of these, right? Your goal will be either conversions or conversion value. When I say conversions, now one difference is there here, that when you say conversions, right, you can uh, one, of course, you will have this, right? And then you can also see, this is really really different here. I say I pay for clicks or I pay for conversions, right? This is really different on smart display campaign, because nowhere else are we paying by conversions, right? So this is target CPA, and we are going to be paying by conversions on this one. So, and then conversion value. So this one will be ROS, so this will not have an option. So ROS, if you're looking for ROS, then it will be clicks and conversions. Now, having said that, this might seem a little, a little new or little difficult right now, but once you will have a history, this will not be difficult, because you will know what has your CPA been, and if you pay for clicks, then what is it that you will be paying. If you are paying for conversions, then typically you can calculate what you will be paying, right? So then it will be it will not be so difficult. And then once you've done all this, then you can come in and you can say that what are my just simple campaign level settings. Sorry, simple campaign level settings you can use. You can say, let's say 2000 rupees. Dynamic, we will not make it right now. And you can say you have the same additional campaign settings, start date, end date, and all that. And when you come to ad group level, right, so you name your ad group and look at this. Targeting is automated. Really, you will not be doing anything about it. And then you will just simply go and create this campaign, right? So ad group name. Okay, and then once you create your ad, so now here, when you create the ad, there are some more variations. It's like responsive ad, but there are you will not be providing just so many images, you will be providing basically more text and more images, and it will completely go and create a combination out of that. Okay, so you will come here and you say headlines, add up to 5 headlines. You can add description lines up to 5 images also. You will be adding more. Okay, same way like responsive ad. And once you have added all this, what it will do is it will combine and see which are the best combinations, and it will create different ads, right? It will create different ads. It will figure out the best combinations, and then it will give you, it will give you. Sort of result on each of the creative that you have given here. So it will give you that result. So you'll say create campaign, and that's it, right? So um, let's say this will be based on history, but I'm entering a number right now. Why is it not showing VCPM? Okay, that's done. Any other questions, guys? Here I'll have to really write this out, but essentially it's the same thing. Okay, it's the same thing. So you create this campaign like this. Okay, so you really create this campaign like this, and that's your smart display campaign, where you are providing all these headlines, description lines. You are just choosing the bidding strategy, but beyond that, it's obviously all these are automated bid strategies. There are no manual bid strategies available here, and all the targeting is also automated. Plus, they are going to improve upon it. So that's your smart display campaign. Just come back here. If we don't create a responsive ad, what could be the things one has to do differently? Okay, Sunil, you are going back to the standard display campaign then, right? So in standard display campaign, if you do not create a responsive ad, you have to ensure that you have created all the different ad sizes, and you have to ensure that it's passed through the creative scanner, so that all different sizes have been created well, right? So it's not that, this, if you try and create the same, exactly the same thing in different sizes, then it might not look good in all the sizes. So yeah, so that's it. Otherwise, it's great to, it's good to have ads from the creative team as well. How will the bid amount be selected on history? What do you mean bid amount be selected on history? No, okay, so you will enter a bid amount, and then they suggest you a bid amount, and they'll tell you an average CPM. Rather, they will tell you an average CPM, and they will tell you everything, all the estimates, not based on history, but based on what is happening at this moment on this targeting, right? On this targeting, how much are people bidding, and on this particular targeting, how many impressions are available, and what is it that you can expect? Anuradha. Right, some more case studies on smart display campaigns that you can try out, once you reach here, that is. So I can't see smart display. Yes, that's what, Rupam. So you will not see it right now in your account because you've not reached there, right? So you've not had so many conversions in your account. That's why I have also used a separate account to showcase that. Okay, you need to have those many conversions before you can create a smart display campaign. Achha, there is one. So there are two more options that I just want to show you. One is that when you are creating this campaign, right? When you are creating this campaign, it tells you, sorry, it tells you that with these are my goals, right? Which goals I have. So product and brand consideration and all that. Plus campaign, new campaign, right? And if I say display campaign, it is recommending you, Disha. So like, see, when I was creating the campaign, it recommended all that to me. Okay, my campaign was not live, but it will recommend based on the data, what is happening in the space, whoever is using that kind of targeting, what is the kind of level that the CPM bids are. Okay, so it does not need your campaign to be live. Just the way suggested CPCs were not based on your campaign being live. CPC is on a particular keyword, right? Keywords are all out there anyway. Now, see this. display targeting, right? So if display, sorry, not targeting, these goals, right? Sales, leads, website traffic, product and brand consideration, brand awareness. Now, what is different? What is really different? Is there something different between this also? So if I go to brand awareness and reach, they will typically tell me that you go by CPM. If I go to website traffic, they will tell me that, why don't you go by CPC, right? And similarly, sales and leads, they will tell me conversion based things. So if I go to product and brand consideration, there is something else that is different here. Okay, so that is what I just want to show you, that product and brand consideration is a different kind of a goal. Here you are saying that I want to create a visually appealing ad, and I want people to engage on my ad itself, right? When you want people to engage on your ad itself, then you can create this. And this, here what will happen is everything else is same, uh, but uh, but that ad itself is different. Okay, the ad that you will be creating will not be that responsive ad. The ad will be a different ad. And here, see, it says it will serve engagement ads only, right? And then when you say continue, right, you go and create this. What you will be doing is you will be paying as by CPE. Okay, so cost per engagement. It is going to create, you are going to be creating a light box ad. Let's just show you this one. So if you have a goal like this, that you want, like you have, multiple videos, you have lots of visually appealing things, lots of visually appealing, multimedia that you can showcase on your ad. And then you want to create an ad where people can really explore within that ad only, right? So you can create something like this. See this? So if you have, you can create something like this. So there is this ad, and within that, there are these videos, right? Within the ad there are all these videos. So I can play, as if I, as a user, I see this ad, I may want to play this video, and then this video plays. I may want to play this video plays. I may want to play this video, right? Obviously I have to, as advertiser, I have to have very rich media assets before I can create ads like this. So the goal of the advertiser in this kind of an ad is not to really really get people onto the website as such or anything, but just to engage, on the ad, just to have people really be involved in the ad, try to look more. So here when you create this, right, see, the bidding strategy will be cost per engagement. So here if I hover over that ad, right, hover over that ad, then the what happens is the ad, um, that is engagement, that will be counted as an engagement, and I will, as advertiser, the advertiser will be paying cost per engagement basis, right? So budget and all that, and targeting and all that, right? So when you reach the ad creation part, okay, so you say new ad, and look at how you will be creating this ad. Voice wasn't clear. Okay, well, I'll repeat. So I'm just saying that, here everything else is same, just the, okay, now is it good? Right. No. Why would that be? It should be all good. It's working fine. Now it's fine, no? Okay. So yeah, so I was saying that, when you create an ad like this, right, so you have lots of rich media assets. You can go and create an ad like this where there are 3 videos within this ad, right? And the user sees this ad, they can go and play, they go here, this video plays, they go here, the other video plays, and all this is happening within the ad itself, right? This is called a light box ad. You can go and create this kind of an ad when you choose product and brand consideration as your goal. In that case, you will be paying by cost per engagement, right? And everything else here is the same, right? Now when you will be creating an ad, look at this way. This is how you will be creating this ad. So you have to add up to 10 cards, images, videos, right? Lots of, um, asset heavy this ad is, right? And then this says 10 messages, call to action, right? So all that when you add, right, and then see, this is how this ad comes up. So it's right now it's like this on the mobile. Right now it's like this. If I choose to expand this ad, right, then I will see the whole of this ad. I'm not you're not able to see right now videos and text and images which I've not added, but once that is added, so the text will be here, an image can be here. I expand this entire screen is taken up by this, and this will be because I have I have engaged and expanded, I've chosen to expand that ad and view that ad. So this is the mobile preview, and similarly there will be a desktop bit also of it, right? So this is the ad, and I choose to expand this ad, right? And then this ad expands, and then there can be lots of more rich media within this. So you can create this one only when you want a lot of engagement, you want a lot of functionalities, maybe a really really nice brand you have, and you have a lot of functionalities that you want to showcase, lots of things that you can showcase with all these beautiful images, videos, and all that you have, then you can go into this one and you can create this as well. Is this clear? No? Okay, so that's one more way you can go about it. One other one is that there is, if I go back to all campaigns, guys, is this clear to everybody? Product and brand consideration, light box ad, one more option that you have. These are some additional things that I'm telling you. The basic search, basic display network campaign, we have already understood. Um, okay, I just said that when you are choosing your goal, Nafis, right? When you're choosing your goal, when you choose, your traffic, leads, sales, reach, then the ad creation is no different, right? Ad creation is still the same. But if you choose product and brand consideration, the ad itself will differ, right? Because product and brand consideration means that I have really a visually appealing ad with great videos, images, all within it, and then I want to and I will pay cost per engagement basis, because that is what I want. I want the user to come in and watch the video, then understand a few more things that I've showcased, then watch another video. So that is all I want to drive through my ad. That is my goal itself, right? And that is why I will be creating a cost per engagement kind of a campaign, where I will be paying when the user just hovers over my ad and that video plays, right? Or user hovers over my ad, the ad expands, or it's on mobile, so user taps on the ad and it expands, right? So those kind of things happen, and that is itself is engagement. And the I will be paying as an advertiser, I'll be paying for that, and I can create all these beautiful ads here. Okay, I have to add lots of many more images, videos, all that for this one. Okay, so that's one. Now there's nothing else really. There's just one, that Gmail one that you saw. Gmail one that you saw, that you had it in a standard display campaign also. There was a Gmail option that automatically it shows up on Gmail as well. So but if you want, if you have a such a such an objective that emails, sorry guys, I'll just check it. Let me is it okay? Is that still a problem? Doesn't seem to be anything really. I know, all good now, Anuradha? Okay. Okay, thanks. So Um, yeah, so I was saying that there is one more version, that is in case, right, you don't want to keep Gmail there, if emails are very important to you and you want to keep your Gmail campaign separate, then that is again an option, right? That you can also create a separate Gmail campaign. In that case, in fact, you will be able to customize a lot more, right? So you can say that display campaign, and you can go and create a Gmail campaign, show interactive ads to people as they browse their emails, right? So you can go and create this and look at the previews here, right? While the targeting and all will be the same, right? Same campaign, bid strategy, same bid strategies, budget, same targets, completely the same targeting. So means on Gmail also you are choosing all the demographics, or you're choosing your affinity audiences, right? You're choosing your affinity audiences, in market audiences. You can even target these people, right, on Gmail, which is great, right? So you know that these people are looking, and they might just notice. Now you might see an ad like that on your Gmail. So demographics, right? And then finally you go and create this ad. So when you go and create this ad, you can upload, right? Or you can copy if you already have created any ad. But if you create a new ad, right, so then you will specify both the things, what will show up on your closed ad and what will show up on the opened ad. So see this preview of your closed ad and open ad, and you will be adding all these images, videos, right? So you will completely specify what will appear here, what will appear on the expanded, and you can run this campaign separately, right? In case you have such a requirement. And see the targeting, reach and all, they will tell you. So right now I've not even chosen any targeting. So when I go and choose a particular kind of targeting, say I choose a particular kind of audience and all, everything they will tell me on the right hand side, right? Headline, description, final URL, all that, and even more, images, videos, all that. This becomes even more, right? I can do much more here when I have, typically when I'm creating a Gmail campaign, then creative wise I can do much more compared to what I can do when I just create a standard display campaign and then Gmail is one of the options. Here I get more options on the creative. Okay. So that's it, I think. So that's what you can do. Let's go back. Right, conversion tracking is what we still have to discuss. Conversion tracking is remain, right? And this remarketing we will discuss next time. Guys, any questions so far? Okay, so let's go to the conversion tracking bit. Okay, so we are pausing on this display campaign right now, and then next week we will continue. We will understand the remarketing part of it, right? The remarketing part of it, that is just one particular kind of targeting. That the same targeting is just that we will create this remarketing list first, and then we will choose this targeting. So we have created this display network campaign where we have chosen one kind of targeting. Here we've seen a lot around it, all the different options. You will see something known as ad gallery tool here. Now this is not applicable because this was there in the previous adverts. In the new adverts they have they have done this in different places. Like I showed you that Gmail is in one place, there is that lightbox ad is in another place. So those things used to be part of ad gallery tool in the previous interface. Now this is not relevant. So we should know by now what is display network all about, what are the different targeting options, what ad formats I have, what ad sizes and all that. Responsive ad I can create, video ad I can create, right? Video ad I can create a video campaign separately with the same targeting, all the same targeting there. and then remarketing is what we will discuss next time. So I'm now going to the conversion tracking process, right? So let's go back there, and we had discussed that we will go and fill up a form, and then there will be a code, right? And that code we will put up on the website. So I'm going to conversions now. Same problem. Okay, let me take you guys to the assignment first, and then we will come back here to the conversions bit. So see here, this is my week 3 assignment, is to set up your first display campaign. Okay, very simple. You need to set up your first display campaign. How will we set it up? We just have to follow the same, all the same steps. We will log into our AdWords account, say new campaign, select a display network campaign without a goal, standard display campaign. You don't have to worry about SDCs and all that right now, smart display campaign and all. So standard display campaign. Set your location, language, manual CPC you can choose. You can say ad rotation, perform, just optimize the same thing that we had on search, ad scheduling if you want, start date, end date. Device targeting, let it be on all devices. Frequency capping, you keep a frequency capping, and then set some, skip these things, right? Don't need, not required. Set content exclusions, right? Wherever you don't want your ad to show, and create this campaign. So once you've created this campaign, you need to fill this up, right? Tell us what is your AdWords account ID, right? Again, this is same for a local business or your own business. So ideally, if you have your own business, you can create it for that. Ideally, take it live, right? But if not, then you can create it for a local business. But in that case, you will not go live, right? If you create it for just like that, it will not go live. But you can tell us the AdWords account ID, the website URL for which you are creating this. What is the website URL? What is the campaign name? Locations, bid strategy that you will be using depending on the objective, of course. So if is it branding, or is it clicks, what is your objective? So based on that, or conversions not right now, so branding or clicks maybe. So what is your bid strategy and per day budget? Enter an ad group name, the audience, affinity in market, demographic, topic placement, list down the shortlisted keywords, right? Tell us the audiences, right? Tell us the audiences, tell us the demographic, topic placement, shortlisted keywords, and share the screenshot of the ad that you've created. Okay, so that's it. So, and you need to go back and upload this here. So you go to the step 2, set up your ad group part. Right, and you can say an audience for your ad group like this, and just upload it here. You need to create a responsive ad like this. Upload a screenshot of your responsive ad, choose the file, upload that assignment here. Okay, the very simple assignment to create, nothing much to do really. You just need to create a display campaign, create a responsive ad, take a screenshot of that responsive ad, right? Of the different that where I showed all the previews, right? Where you could see all the sizes. Take a screenshot of that one and upload that one, not just one ad, but all the sizes, where you could see all the sizes. Just take the screenshot of that one and upload it right here. So that is all that assignment you have. Simple, very, very simple assignment to create a standard display campaign. Right, let's go back to AdWords and I think they have a Sunday thing. Okay, anyway, so yeah, finally it's here. So now I will say, this is the place I need to define what a conversion means to me. Guys, are all of you with me? Is the assignment clear to everybody? Yeah, okay. So now I have to define what a conversion means to me. So I will say plus conversion, right? And I need to define that, suppose it's a sale. So whatever it is. So first of all, I need to choose that, is it happening on my website? Is it happening on my app, like app installs and all? So then for that, I need to create a separate conversion. If I want to create one for app install, then it will be a separate conversion that I need to create. Phone calls, right, or any other conversions, if I want to import offline conversions and figure it out here. So but mostly it's the website and the app one that's used. Phone calls, if you have a business like that. So let's go to one of these. So if you go to website one, right, now I have to give a name for this. So let's say my conversion is a sale. Okay, it's a sale. So let's say my final sale conversion, and that's what I'm creating. So then it can be anything. It can be a kind of a form fill up, it can be a download, it can be a subscription, it can be some kind of registration, whatever it is. Now it is asking me what kind of conversion is it. Is it what kind of a conversion it is. So I'm saying this is my purchase sale kind of a conversion. Okay, now it is asking me what is the conversion value. So conversion value, remember last time we discussed target ROAS, and I told you that what is the monetary worth. So if one transaction happens, what is it that you get out of it, right? So it can be that you have one product on your website, right? One product on your website. Let's say you have one ebook on your website. You're selling one particular ebook because you're an expert into something, and now you've gone and created an ebook, and you are selling it for one fixed price, right? So every time somebody buys that, you will get the same value, right? Monetary values, you'll get the same money out of it. So the same revenue. So you can go and mention that, right, that this is the value. You can choose your currency, the amount, and you can mention that. And AdWords will eventually, so what happens is, if you do not mention this, right, if you do not mention this, AdWords will still come back to you and tell that 10 conversions happened, right? It will tell you 10 conversions happened. But if you mention this as 50 rupees, then it will come and tell you that 500 rupees worth of conversions happen, right? So which it cannot tell you if you do not specify this. So if you do not have a value as such, right, if you do not have a value as such, um, or you do not have access to it, you're doing it for somebody else, you do not have a value or do not have an access, or maybe it's a form fill up kind of a thing, then you don't need to track it like that here. Then you can say don't use the value. Still you will get to know how many conversions happen, right? Then the other one is when you have multiple products, multiple price points, right? So then it won't be that it's not that that just 10 rupees or 50 rupees, not that. It is variable. Now what happens? So like I said, that once we fill up this form, one code will appear, right? That code, right, that coding, the website coding part of that code. So that code will have to be modified a little. So here you will just enter a default value, just one value, which will be picked up in case any value is not picked up. Then this default value is picked up, but that code has to be modified post this step. Next step, in the next step, that code has to be modified by the developer, so that whatever is that transaction specific value, that will be picked up in this in there. So that transaction specific value will be then picked up. So I'll just keep it to this. And count, right? Now next is count. So how do you want to count conversions, right? So should AdWords, so if somebody, see, this example itself is very good. So it says, if someone yeah, code will come in once following this page, Disha. So I'll show you once we save this page, then we'll get there. So if someone clicks your ad and makes 3 purchases, AdWords will count as 3 conversions, right? So it's saying that if I say 3, so where where I have, let's say I have multiple products and all that I'm selling, so even if every product sells is 1 conversion for me, right? It doesn't matter to me that 1 person is buying or 3 different people are buying, right? So every product that sells is a conversion to me. In that case, I can set it to every. Then what it will do is, if somebody clicks and buys 3 products, it will be counted as 3 conversions, right? So that is one. The other one is 1 conversion. So it's like, when I have, let's say I have some kind of forms on my website or some lead signups, you know that is what I'm doing on my website. Then if one person clicks, if someone clicks my ad and even goes and fills up 3 different forms, then also it is 1 conversion only, because the same person, it's 1 conversion for me. So in that case, leads, signups and other conversions where only 1 conversion per click adds value, right? So it doesn't matter how, what else they're doing on the website, but it is the same person. So I will say count it as 1 conversion, right? So maybe in this sale case, I will keep it to every, right? And then question is conversion window. Now conversion window means that, all of us, what we do is, do you, like, you click on an ad, right? You go to a website. Do you always convert at that point, or is it possible that you will sometimes come back, you'll remember it? Has it happened to you that you'll remember that and later you go back to that website? Has it happened to you that you clicked on an ad and later went back to that website, right? So then why did you go back to that website later? Dishan, Afis, yes. So why did we go? Because we had clicked on that ad in the first place, right? We saw that ad in the first place. Now that means somewhere it takes time, right? It takes time, and that is why you have to specify a conversion window and tell Google that, if somebody clicks on my ad and then after, whatever time you specify here, right? Whatever time you specify here, and you say that within that time also, if they come back to my website, even if they come in directly by typing my website name, website link, right? So if, or URL, let's say, so if even if they come back directly, then you have to count them as a conversion coming from here, right? So you have to specify that time based on typically how much time it takes your users to convert. Okay, it might be 2 days, it might be 7 days, it might be 10 days, whatever that time is. Or if it's a more higher value product, it might be 30 days also. So you really have to decide based on that. Once you specify it right now here, once you have, once you're running this campaign and all, here also it tells you this, that you can also get a report that tells that how much time it typically takes my users to convert, right? So later on also you can change based on this days to conversion report. It tells you that typically how much time. So you might find that they're taking 1 week to convert usually, whatever. So you can change this also later on. But based on your product, the kind of product you have, the kind, how much thinking people do on that, you can specify a conversion window. Yes, Google will track it based on, yeah, Google tracks IPs, Google tracks logins. Okay, Google tracks logins, Google tracks cookies. Okay, so there are a lot of things, Sanil, actually, lot of kind of information that they use everywhere.
No, so Ruchi, what I'm asking is that if I today saw one ad and I click that ad,
Hmm.
okay,
Hmm.
now later, 1 week later, if I don't use the ad route to go to that website and I straight type the website's address,
Hmm.
how does a correlation happen between I seeing that ad and then visiting the website a week later?
Because when you have seen this one will be based on, this one will be based on cookies, right? So if you have seen that ad, right? If you have seen that ad and there is a, basically, you've seen that ad, there is a, you've clicked on that ad, right? You've gone to the website, there's a cookie that gets dropped onto your browser, and through that they can track that you are back, right? Through that they can track that you've gone onto the website again, right? And you've come back to that website. So that same, the cookies have been dropped by the same website, and they can track you back that you are back to the website. also remember that device wise also they are doing things. So it's very complicated at their end really. That if you do this from, if you click on that ad on a mobile device, like I earlier said, cross device tracking. If you click on that ad on a mobile device and later on you're coming from the computer, then also no. So the login is also involved there, IP is involved, so a lot of things are really, they're using a lot of different kind of data to come to understand things here. Sanil. Yeah. Okay, so now you can specify that conversion window, view through conversion window. Now here, if I say that how long to track view through conversion. Now this is another kind of a window where what happens on typically on Google Display Network is that you see an ad and that impression is sufficient for you to remember it and then come back to that website later on. Okay, because that image was very nice and it itself conveyed the offer, the communication, all that, and you didn't really click through to the website, but you later on you went to that website, right? So this that kind of a conversion which has not really required any involvement from you when the ad was served to you, that is why this is typically shorter, and it is known as view through conversion window. So here this means that an impression was there, not a click. Okay, an impression was there and then the person came back later on. So then this will be counted as a view through conversion and it will be reported to you like that. So you can specify the time frame, typically shorter than the click one, because there was no user initiation in this. Okay, include so this is it. So you can leave this and you can say create and continue. So that's it. So once you have filled up this form, it will give you a tag, right? It will give you a tag there. In fact, it will generate two tags. First one, see, it says how do you want to install your tag. Do you want to install it yourself, add the tag to your website code? Now see, if you are an AdWords advertiser, you may not be the developer, you're not the developer, you may not have access to these things, nor are you expected to do these things, or you may not know also how to. So it's really fine. All you can do is you can email the tag to your webmaster, right, and tell them that the instructions will also in fact go with it. So you can just email the tag, or there is, if you have to really do it, I would say you can use this extension called Google Tag Manager. This will also help you, right? If you only have to do it at your end, you are the like whole sole person handling the business, you can install this extension. That will also help you with the implementation, with the guides, it will guide you like this. So yeah, so whatever you choose, right, let's say install the tag yourself. So this is giving me or this tag, right? Or I can email, or I can use Google Tag Manager. Okay, so what tags are it giving me? So there are two tags, not just one but two. One is called global site tag, right? Global site tag is just one tag, right, which will be generated from this AdWords account. So if tomorrow you try to create another kind of conversion, this will not change, right? This will not change. Global site tag is just once, given once. So this global site tag will go and get implemented on all the pages of your website. um, Global site tag will get and go, so you have to go and implement it on all the pages of your website. So you need to send it to the developer and tell them that paste it between the head tags of every page of my website, right? This part. So what they will do, they will implement it on all the pages of your website. This helps Google know a lot of things, like if the user comes in here, then which all pages have they visited, right? They can get to know all these information. So when the user came in from this click, this particular click, from this keyword, from this click, which all pages they visited, what, so they can really know all of that. And this you don't need to do it again. Okay, you don't need to do it again. This is only a one time process, global site tag. And this will typically, you will see, we will use it in remarketing, right? This will again be used in remarketing. This is the tag that will help Google know that where the user had gone, and then typically we will target people accordingly. So if the user goes to a particular, visits a particular brand page within your website, then this tag will have that information, and next time you can target people with the ad on just that. Okay, but that remarketing part we will see later. Then this global site tag you will implement. Okay, and the second one is for this particular conversion, right? This particular conversion, this is your event snippet. Now this conversion will be tracked only if you implement this one, where do you have to implement it? Between the head tags of the page that you want to track, right? Which page that you want to track is that if my sale is happening, right? So which is that page that is telling me that sale has happened? Add the snippet to the page that a customer reaches after completing a conversion. So which is that page? If the conversion is completed, yes. So no, not payment, not checkout, post that also, right? Post that when the conversion is completed. Yeah. So, or form filling, whatever it is, right? So after, at the end, when you're telling them thank you, or you're telling them that your contact details have been captured, we will contact you shortly, or your order is confirmed, whatever that page is. So on that page this should go, right? So then Google will know that a conversion has happened, and it will also pick up the monetary value of the conversion. Now this code needs to be modified by your developer if your monetary value is variable, right? So that is it. Okay, and then there's one for click also, right? There's one for click. So maybe it says add the snippet to the page that has a button or a link that you would like to track for clicks. So maybe, if you're a blog and you want people to click on the subscribe button and all, so you can try this one also, right? But again, then when they subscribe, they reach a, you say thank you on a page. If another page loads, then page load can work, or if it's just a button that you want to track, then this click one also can be done. Okay, then you say next. So that's it, right? So once you have done this, your work is done. Next, it's the work of the developer. So you see this, you can use the Google Tag Assistant plugin for Chrome, right? Or you can always, this is the developer's work, so you can send it to them, and they will, once they put in the code at the right place, then here it will say verified. See, this is saying unverified right now. These are saying unverified. But once this becomes green and it says verified, right? Once it has the data, and then what you can do is you can go back to your AdWords account everywhere, right? Anywhere you go back to your AdWords account in, like, and you can go and say, you can go to modify columns button, right? You can go to modify columns button, and you can add conversion numbers there, right? So when you add conversion numbers, then you will be able to see your conversion number. So basically what happens is, once that code is implemented, all conversion numbers will start coming in, right? But you can't see it here. If you go to your AdWords account right now, because you've just created it, you might not see conversion columns. You will see that there is impression, there is click, there is average CPC, there is cost and all that. You will not see conversions in the columns here, the reporting column. So you go to click on this button, see this button here, click on this button, this says modify columns, right? And then you can choose whatever metrics you want to add. It is not just for conversions, but suppose, businesses that are running calls and all, they can add those kind of metrics as well. I will add conversion metrics, right? And I can say that I want to add conversion, cost per conversion, conversion rate, all that, whatever else I want to add, I can go and add conversion value per divided by cost. Anyway, so cost conversions, cost per conversion, conversion rate, conversion value, I'll keep it to, and then I can say apply, right? So if I say apply, this will go and change my columns, and these columns will be added to my interface. So then in my interface only, they will start reporting to me at every level. It will tell me that, for this keyword, how many conversions happened, what was the cost per conversion, what was the conversion rate, what was the conversion value, similarly at every level I will get to see this. There's really a problem with this one on Sunday. Anyway, so never mind. So you get to see it on every level. You can see your conversion numbers. So campaign level, ad group level, keyword level, ad level, everywhere you can see. The same way you could see click numbers and all, you can see conversion numbers. Is this clear? I'll just go through the slideshow also here for conversions. See here, this one, what we did, we selected website here, right? We selected website and we filled this form up. We filled all this up, right? And then it gave us this global site tag, and it gave us an event snippet tag, right? So both of these need to go on my website. Global site tag only once, doesn't need to doesn't need to be done twice, right? And event snippet, if there is any other kind of conversion that I set up, then I will have to have that event snippet, a separate event snippet will be there for that. Also, if in this one, if I come back to that form and I change anything in that form, right, that form that I just filled up, if I go and change anything there, then I will have to get this tag also again. This tag will also change, right? This one. So that's it. Guys, is this clear to everybody? What if we are using WordPress? So WordPress also, if you are using, you can implement it. You can implement it even if you're using WordPress. WordPress is also like a um, complete thing by itself. How do we generate tags is not clear. We don't do anything. I just submitted that, Sanil, that where I was filling up all this. See, um, here, right? I was filling this up. I filled all this up and I said create and continue. So when I said create and continue, I was automatically taken to this page and this tag was generated there. What else? Any more questions, guys? I have a couple of display campaigns on this in this account that I'll showcase. So what we will do next week, when we come back, is we will understand this remarketing bit, right? What is this remarketing? Which is also very, very simple. It will be a repeat of the same display campaign. So that way it will be a revision as well. It's just that before that we will set up this, we'll create this remarketing list, and then it's the same campaign that we will create, right? So that is something that we will do next week. And then we will understand mobile, right? We will understand that if I have if I have a mobile app, right, how do I drive installs of it, right? Uh, I can't just leave it on the Play Store and the App Store. I need to get more and more installs on my mobile app. How do I get that done? So that is something that again we'll see to next week. And then a very, very important part that we're going to next week is the reporting, right? So all of the reporting we will see next week. We will see some account audit, which means that overall what all things will you look into your account and how will you improve it. If you have been handed over a new account, how, or an existing account, how do you, what all do you will you see to understand the health of the account? How is the health of the account? What all will you look in search, in display, overall structure? All of that we will see. And then we will also go through some campaigns, right? We'll go through some live campaigns. So that's for next week. There were some 1000 credits that we were to receive in our AWR, which is there. You mean Amazon Web Services account, Rupam, or AdWords account? Web services, I will have to figure out. I would not know about that one. So I can. So where did you sign up? You signed up on the link that we provided you, and it mentioned that. Is it? I said, did you sign up on the link we provided you, and did it mention that you will be giving 1000 credit? So it is coming from that blog link I gave you. Okay, so I'll just get this answer for you. Okay, I'll definitely get this answered for you. Okay. So by the way, AdWords also give some credits, right? If you sign up using that place. Okay, okay. I would not know what is happening on the WhatsApp group. This is about the AdWords credit that I know about. The AWS one, I will find out for you. I'll find out from an expert here, and I will let you know. So see this one, AdWords, if you sign up like this, you can get a 2000 credit. So what they say is that if you spend 2000 rupees, they will also give you 2000 rupees. Up to 2000 rupees, they also give you a credit limit, like another 2000 to spend types. So that's one AdWords one. Okay, what else, guys? Any other questions, guys? Anybody who wants to leave at this point, you can leave. I'll just share with you the feedback link also for today's session, and I've already mentioned what all we are going to be discussing in the next week. Right, so next week will be the last week, and a very very important week, considering we are discussing reporting and the auditing part. Okay, which is very important. So please do not miss that. Right, we have to understand reporting and auditing very well. Okay, that's the feedback link for today. Thank you so much. So anybody who wants to leave can leave at this point. If you have any questions on your account, and anything on assignment, we can discuss that. See this one? It says get 2 rupees 2000 in ad credit. In fact, if you've already not used it also, it sometimes they like if you run a campaign and then your account is not active for some time, then they send you an email with some this kind of promotion as well sometimes. Yeah. Oh, you meant AdWords credit only? This one here. See, like this offer code. I just clicked on an AdWords ad. Sanil. First assignment submitted, no feedback received. Ashish. You will get it, Ashish. Okay, you will get it soon. Actually, first assignment, more than the first assignment, it's second assignment that is the key. Have you finished the second assignment? Because first assignment, it's just you just knew how to basically create a campaign. 3 weeks. Okay, some coordinator has told you that? Acha, acha. Okay, cool. Because I am not aware of this. Okay, all right. So Ashish, yeah, cool. So the second assignment is very very important, and this one I think is a very very simple one now for you guys, because campaign settings are the same. You just have to go and create an ad and choose the targeting. Cool. What else? So cool, guys. I'll leave you here then. We'll go through the live accounts and all when we will go through these live campaigns and all live, or have been live campaigns next week, and then we will also discuss reporting and auditing. Okay. Thank you so much, Sanil. Thanks everybody. I'll see you next Sunday. Bye. Acha, meanwhile, please do not forget to use the ask a question on the LMS if you have any issues. Thanks, Nafis. Bye.